The majority of Liverpool fans feel that the level of performance and the amount of times where they're losing games, 17 losses is a ridiculous amount for Liverpool Football Club. And the level of performance has dropped off so much that they think it's too risky to leave him in charge and it get even worse.
Former Red Danny Murphy wouldn't trust Slot with the rebuild. He reckons much of the fan base has lost faith.
This Liverpool side looks like it's all at sea. And it looks like key players are jumping into the lifeboats and blaming others for the outcomes rather than being responsible for them themselves. And I'm talking about Virgil van Dijk. I'm talking about the performances of Mohamed Salah.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about some of the other big players in the team.
Danny Murphy doing his best impression of Simon Jordan there. Next up for Liverpool, the Merseyside derby at the Hill Dickinson on Sunday afternoon. The Champions League action continues tonight with Arsenal v Sporting Lisbon live on talkSPORT. Next, could Jose Mourinho be on his way to Newcastle in the near future? talkSPORT understands the three-time Premier League winner has admirers among the hierarchy up at St James's Park. Should they part company with Eddie Howe anytime soon, Saudi ownership like the idea of a big-name replacement. Roberto Mancini is another name that could come up in conversation, so too Andoni Iraola. And it's emerged Bryden Cast could be a doubt for the start of England's summer test campaign. The fast bowler has withdrawn from the IPL because of a hand injury, the severity of which is not yet clear. England face New Zealand on June the 4th. Before that, there's plenty to see on the talkSPORT Cricket YouTube channel.
talkSPORT News.
Plenty of news headlines on Talk and Times Radio.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. Spring forwards with Bridgestone Turanza all-season 6 tyres with a 25,000 mileage guarantee. Book today at quickfit.com. Conditions apply.
Warm where there are clear skies, but a band of heavy rain is moving eastwards across the UK.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Champions League Drive on talkSPORT with me, Andy Goldstein. Gabby Agbonlahor is here, everyone.
What sort of name is that? Bongi?
Oh, hey, Gabster.
I'm very well, Mr. Goldstein. Thank you for having me once again.
It's our pleasure.
No.
Our pleasure.
It's my pleasure, to be honest. It's a great show.
What are you doing there? What's happened there?
I don't know, mate. It's just
all the wires tangled up.
These wires, mate, all over.
Bye, Jingo. We've got a show for you today. We'll hear what Arnie Slot has been saying about Liverpool's build-up as they crashed out the Champions League last night. Former Premier League manager, Sir Lord Steve Bruce joins us in the studio. I'm very excited about that, as you would imagine. And we'll look ahead to another brilliant night of Champions League action as Arsenal welcome Sporting to the Emirates, a game you can hear live on talkSPORT. On top of that, real busy show. We'll be joined by snooker legend Dennis Taylor, 1985 champion of the world, and darts superstar Jan van Veen will also be joining us. All that plus we'll hear what Villa boss Unai Emery had to say at his press conference this afternoon. This is Drive, this is talkSPORT. Get involved, I dare you. 03717 223344.
So 2-2 again for Gabby Agbonlahor. He's hit it. Goldstein is gone. The gale force has been blown out by the Gab farmer. They're glad to see the back of the gale force.
Nasty.
You know what? We haven't really heard that enough, to be honest, because you were devastated me beating you at darts.
I was devastated to lose, and I was even more devastated that you threw that lucky dart.
But you know what I didn't like, mate, was that, like, some of your good friends on the station, they turned on you when we played.
Yeah, I don't have friends on the station, yeah.
They turned on you, mate.
No, they go with the money, so I got no money. Who turned on me?
Dino O'Hara, Bentley turned on you.
Yeah, he did.
He did,
that
mate.
surprised me, you're right. That's the other two, I don't, but you're right.
I had the crowd as well. I was surprised I had the crowd.
Yeah, but you know what it's like? It's like when Steve Davis dominated in the 80s, right? Everyone wanted him to lose because he was so good.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt, you know. Everyone knew I was going to win the whole thing. A bit like Arsenal, right? I was like the Arsenal. Everyone wanted me to lose because they thought I was going to win it, although...
But there's no point Dino playing again next year. It's too easy for him.
No.
It's no fun, is it?
No, he has to play.
Why?
Because when he eventually loses, that's the big story.
You think he can, though?
Yeah, you can't say to someone you're not playing because they keep winning.
Why not?
Well, that's not fair,
but
right? You're too good.
Yeah, but he's a lot better than everyone else.
He is a lot better than everyone else, but people need to step up. Otherwise, you know, he's entitled to his domination, right?
Yeah, you and Bentley are struggling. Who did Bentley lose to? Was it Jamie?
Was it Natalie again?
No, was it O'Hara?
Yeah, it was O'Hara, yeah.
O'Hara, weren't it?
I think that's more embarrassing, right? Your mate, O'Hara beat him.
Which one? Are you Spurs?
You going to the wedding?
Bentley's at...
You going to the wedding, O'Hara's wedding?
No, I'm going to help him out. I'm going to cover his show on Saturday.
That's nice.
What about you?
Why are you not going? I thought Dean Gaffney had a +1.
That's got to give you.
Why are you not going?
No, listen, I think Dean Gaffney and Wellard took my...
Wellard took your spot?
Wellard took my place, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to work instead. And
have you bought him anything as a little wedding gift?
Maybe I might get him a Championship Spurs shirt. Hand-delivered to the wedding right before.
Well, rather than spend the sort of 40 quid on that, just buy a season ticket next year for Spurs.
Oh, yeah, imagine all that.
Yeah.
Lincoln.
You must be loving the demise of Tottenham at the moment.
Do you know what?
Absolutely loving it.
It's just last season when they won the Europa League, everyone thought, okay, new manager, Spurs are going to get back to fighting for Champions League places. It's the only Spursy thing that could be possible. It would be getting relegated after winning Europa League.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense, mate.
Insane.
Do you know what I mean? It just doesn't add up, does it? It's not to win a game in 2026. I mean, it's
you
baffling.
love the stats side of Spurs, don't you?
Yeah, because when you read them out, people listen and they're like, really?
It can't be true, yeah.
Really? I think it's 54 games they've lost.
You know, not think.
No, 54 games. I think it's 54 because I had it written down. 51 or 54 games they've lost since the stadium opened in 2019.
Out of how many games?
I'm not sure, but what's that, 7 years? It was April 2019, the stadium opened.
You know more about Tottenham than you do Villa.
No, mate, I know. I love the club. You know what I mean?
I bet you do.
Aaron Lennon, Jermaine Defoe, Tom Huddleston. Bentley loved his time at Spurs as well.
Rub it in. You missed O'Hara out. He played 20 games, didn't he?
36.
Oh, was it 36?
Yeah, and 37 for Billy Ricky. Move on. Stop.
Is that true?
No, I don't know.
Right.
I might get sued. No.
We got a busy show. We really do. A bit later, we got a couple of superstars on. Steve Bruce, your old gaffer at Aston Villa.
Just spoke to him outside. I said, don't listen to whatever Andy's told you to.
Well, I saw him this
own up
afternoon. I had a little chat with him for about half hour this afternoon, and he told me some great Gabby stories. And I went, can you mention them on air? And he was, yeah, of course.
I do get nervous when ex-managers come on.
I bet you do.
Once Martin O'Neill was on, I was like, thank God he was only on for 2 minutes.
Oh, he had a lot, did he?
Oh,
a lot on you.
Yeah.
Okay.
One time I overtook him. I was like a home straight.
What, in a car or running?
No, not running. In a car ride.
Okay,
by the Belfry, when you come onto that home straight towards the training ground. I overtook him once and I cut him up, mate. He nearly crashed.
Did you know it was him?
No. And then, I got into the training ground and he literally...
Did he know it was you?
Yes.
Okay.
Got into the training ground, he started screaming at me in the car park. It was like, look what you nearly done.
What happened to his voice? Was it Mickey Mouse?
He was fuming,
hey,
mate.
Look what you did.
That was the scariest Austin Martin to me when because he loved me, but me nearly making him crash.
Yeah, that's
speeding past him.
That's
silly, very silly. Do not speed.
Okay, so we've got your old manager in, and we've got. Are you a snooker fan?
Yes, big fan of you, mate. You're doing well.
Oh, very kind.
Even though you play pool, but
possibly the owner of the most famous black potted at the Crucible ever. Dennis Taylor will be on our show, 1985 champion. Do you remember that, Black?
I don't remember. It's a year before I was born.
85?
Yeah. Year before.
Really? You've seen it though, right?
-1, yeah.
About 1:30 in the morning. 17.5 million people watched that. 17 against Davis. You don't remember that?
No,
you
I
must
don't.
remember that,
No,
Gab.
No, mate. I don't. I'm going to have a look, though, in the break.
Okay, yeah, it's mind-blowing.
Yes,
mind-blowing.
I will do.
He would get this just quickly.
Yeah.
First at 18, playing Steve Davis, who at the time arguably the greatest
Legendary.
player, right? Dennis Taylor was 8-0 down. And the only time in the match, first at 18, the only time over the 2 days that he was in front was when he put the final ball.
8-0 down?
Yeah, and won 18-17. 1:30 in the morning.
Wow.
Dennis Taylor.
Who's the best ever? You're obviously going to say your mate, Stephen Hendry.
I'm going to say, I love Hendry.
Because you're always with him.
I love Hendry, but he'll tell you that Ronnie is.
Ronnie, okay.
Yeah, he did it. He's done it so many decades and he can keep doing it. Anyway, more on that a bit later. We're going to start with Arnie Slot. He suggested that Liverpool need a rebuild after going out of the Champions League. So, do you feel sorry for the Liverpool gaffer?
Well, if it wasn't game over, it is now. Liverpool 0, PSG 2, and it's the Ballon d'Or winner Ousmane Dembele who's doubled his and his side's tally.
The majority of Liverpool fans feel that the level of performance and the amount of times where they're losing games, 17 losses, is a ridiculous amount for Liverpool Football Club.
This whole thing about how Arne Slot is being spoken about is really, really uncomfortable. He masterminded the league title-winning season last season. His tactics were right in the games that matters.
My feeling is, and it always has been, is that Slot's say on some of these signings was minimal.
Yeah, Liverpool out of Champions League after losing 4-0 on aggregate to PSG in the quarterfinals. They were beaten 2-0 at Anfield last night. Both goals coming from Dembele. First one was fantastic. In fact, both were really good. First was amazing. Liverpool boss Arnie Slot spoke to our friends at Amazon Prime afterwards, and he looked ahead to what has been in the summer.
Now we are losing Mo and Andy Robertson on a free transfer, as we lost Trent on a free transfer. And this model of the club means that we have to sell usually to buy. So it's a big challenge. It was already last season, and it's going to be a challenge in the summer again. But this club has also showed many times that this model works. Most of them go into their second season in the Premier League. So as I said many times, the future looks really good, especially if we can add a few good signings after good players leaving as well this summer.
I suppose the first question is, Gabby, if there is a rebuild at the club, will Arnie Slot be there to oversee it?
I think it depends where they finish. I think if they finish in Champions League positions, top 5, I think he will. I think if they fall out of those positions, especially to a Chelsea team who have been so poor recently, they've got their own problems, then maybe not. But it's also as well, Andy, who's going to come in? You know, is Alonso
manager?
Yeah, is Alonso ready to come?
Well, that's the one.
If Alonso is knocking on the door and they're speaking to him, then that could fast forward.
Gerrard?
Yeah, why not? I think Steven Gerrard, look at the job he done at Rangers.
Yeah.
I think we spoke to him a couple of weeks ago and he's itching to get back in if the right job comes. I'm sure I've seen his quotes. I think it might have been on TNT as well. He said that he wouldn't mind coming as a number 2, or maybe that was on something else. He wouldn't mind being a number 2 somewhere. Was that noise? Was that a bee? Was that a bee?
Was that really loud buzzing? Did you hear it? I thought I was going mad.
Yeah. So
It wasn't nothing to do with me.
I think there's moths coming out of your pockets, mate.
Do you think so?
Yeah. Your wallet, I mean.
Oh, is that what you meant? Okay. If you're going to crack a gag, get it first time.
They've got problems, though.
It's a strange thing for the manager to come out after they spent so much money in the last couple of windows. Don't do that, Jack. That's a horrible thing to do. Do you think they need a rebuild?
100% they do. I mean, Mo Salah, legendary player for Liverpool over the last 9 years. To lose him, they need to go and replace Mo Salah, of course. They didn't replace Diaz. Lost Luis Diaz. They sold him to Bayern Munich. Didn't replace him. Short on wingers. The young lad Rio, very good player, but you're not going to rely on him every game next season. Ekatike now. I've done that injury. I've done it playing badminton.
What is it pain like that moment where
it's not painful? It's weird, mate. I've done it playing badminton, and it felt like I was running towards the net. It felt like something had landed on me, like a brick had hit you, like landed on you on the back of your leg. And I went down. I was like, I remember Jermaine Jennis doing his, and like he said, yeah, it feels weird, like someone's shot you. It's a weird feeling, mate. The pain comes later on when you get to hospital and like put all the strappings on. But
it's not painful.
At first, it's not painful.
When do you get the pain?
Probably like 12 hours. I got it 12 hours afterwards. I actually said to myself, I'm not going to A&E. I remember saying to my friend, I'm not going A&E. I can't do A&E. I'm not going. 12 hours later.
So you didn't know what it was?
No, I could tell afterwards.
Oh, okay.
Because I limped. Actually carried on walking to the car on it, limping on it, thinking, I'll
get through it. I'll walk it off.
Mate, but like literally the rehab on it, horrible rehab on an Achilles tendon, and you're so scared when you do come back to even like running it again. So 9 months if he's lucky, it could be longer.
Yeah,
so they've got to replace Ekatike. You know, Robertson's leaving and you do the left back. Yes, they've got Leone coming back who's injured, centre half. Then Jacquet signing, isn't he, in the summer. Kanate, hopefully we'll sign a new deal. Van Dijk could be there another year.
With Robertson, he wasn't meant to be part of their future plans anyway. They bought the fullback from Bournemouth. What's his name?
Yeah, Kirkes.
Thank you.
You need two, don't you? So you're going to need cover for Kirkes.
Yeah, but I assume Kirkes and Frimpong, I assumed they were both going to be first choice fullbacks for Liverpool.
Yeah, 100%. So you got Conor Bradley will come back.
Yeah.
Injury problems this season. But you need a cover left back for Kirkes. So you need to replace Salah. Probably need another defensive midfielder.
But when you look at the money they spent on Wirtz and Isak, along with the rest of the money they spent last year, do you feel sorry for Slot? Or should he be getting more out of this team? I mean, we all said, right, everyone said, not everyone, the majority of people said, when the new players came in, a lot of people, including me, picked Liverpool to not just win the league, walk the league this season. When you saw I remember the conversations of Isak, will he or won't he? And it was almost like, if he goes, call off the dogs, the hunt's over for that title, they've won it. And it just hasn't happened for them.
I do think as well, injuries You know, what happened as well, you know, the horrible tragic news with Jota. I think there's been different circumstances. The drop-off from Salah has been incredible to what he was doing last season. Van Dijk's not been at his best. But I think a Liverpool team losing 10 Premier League games so far is not good enough. He might get away with it if they finish top 5. But
You've got to finish Champions League.
Yeah, they have to. And also, you look at yesterday, the first leg away to PSG, just some poor performances, mate. Frimpong, I'm not sure about.
Okay.
You know, you're watching Liverpool and you're not convinced now.
We'll take calls. Are you convinced or are you agreeing with Gabby and me, actually? We are taking your calls, 037172233, for how badly the Liverpool need a rebuild. We'll take your calls in just a moment. And also, when we come back, it's a busy show. We'll be talking darts with the new wonder kid on the block. Jan van Veen will be joining us live on Drive on talkSPORT after this.
And Tyson Fury, along with Mr. Warren alongside him in the ring, had a look at Anthony Joshua sitting ringside. And Fury honed in on Joshua and said, okay, how about it?
Next, I want to give you the fight you've all been waiting for. I want you, AJ, Anthony Joshua. Let's give the fight fans what they want. The Battle of Britain. And here's my challenge. I challenge you, Anthony Joshua, to fight me, the Gypsy King, next. Do you accept my challenge?
Tonight is your night, and you know I'll sit across that ring from you in due time. You ain't gonna tell me what to do. I've been chasing you for the last 10 years. When you're ready, you come and see me and tell me your terms and conditions, and I'll have you in the ring when I'm ready. I'm the boss. You work for me. I'm the landlord. Remember that. I'm the landlord. You work for me.
Now, I've got to say, Simon, I thought AJ handled that brilliantly.
Yeah, to a point. I think he's absolutely right not to allow the whip hand to be Tyson Fury's, because Tyson's all pumped up after being back in the ring and having just won a fight. The flip side of it is I don't think Anthony Joshua is the landlord. I don't think coming after getting ironed out by Daniel Dubois puts you in the box seat. You are both the biggest names in British boxing over the last decade.
Thank you. Far too kind.
What a tune. This is Bentley's missing this one. We'll check in with Bentley later on. It's Champions League Drive on talkSPORT with me, Andy Goldstein. And it doesn't matter when Bentley's not here, when I've got the superstar Gabby Agbonlahor alongside me in partnership with Giacomo. Style and brands for every man. Still to come, we join the studio, former Man United captain, legend Steve Bruce. Just quickly, Liverpool's Hugo Ekitike will be out for about 9 months. Could be more, actually.
Horrible, mate.
After rupturing his Achilles tendon against PSG last night. We wish him well with that, we really do.
Mate, that's to go into mine two more times afterwards. Got infected, a lot. Horrendous.
Let's hope he's not listening. We wish him well. Yeah. Alexander Usyk has defended his decision to fight a kickboxer next month, saying he should be allowed to do whatever I want to do. And he can. We just won't be watching it. Now, before we turn our attention to tomorrow's PDC Premier League, we can head to your calls. Let's speak to Callum. He's a Liverpool fan. We're talking about a rebuild and the fact that Liverpool and Arne Slot says that he needs one this summer. Hello, Callum.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good, thanks for asking. How are you today?
I'm all good, thank you.
Good, man. What would you like to say about your club?
My club, well, Arne Slot, for me, I'm actually Arne Slot in. I think it's been hard this season. We've had quite a lot of injuries. I think losing Jota has affected the team more than people think. But I'm definitely missing Trent. I know Salah's definitely missing Trent. And yeah, we do need a rebuild in the summer. We need quite a lot of new players, I think, personally.
Callum, when the manager says that Liverpool maybe need to sell players to buy, I'm looking at some of the players that maybe could be up for sale. Do you agree with McAllister, maybe Alisson, Curtis Jones, Gakpo?
I don't agree with Alisson. I think obviously we've still got Harvey Elliott, who's on loan. I think he'll get sold. I think maybe McAllister. I'd like to keep Jones, local lad.
Yeah.
But I think Alisson, definitely not. McAllister and Harvey Elliott, I think they'll get sold.
Gakpo?
When you said that, I'm thinking Gakpo, potentially. He's not really, I don't know if he's good enough for us. He's not really the sort of player that's going to win us the league. He's just not consistent enough, I don't think, personally.
Okay. Listen, thanks for your call. Not the greatest line in the world, but I appreciate your call. Ibs, a Liverpool fan. Hi, Ibs.
Good afternoon, Ibs.
How you doing?
Yeah, we're great. How are you today?
I could be better. I'm stuck in a car with a Man United fan on the way back from the game last night. How do you think I'm doing?
Well, ask him what it's like to win.
Oh, stop it.
Apart from the weekend where we lost, obviously, against Leeds. A couple of nights ago.
Yeah, indeed. But I wanted to talk about Slot. All of these excuses. So talking about Trent going and Jota, God rest his soul, and all of these Diaz, none of this is relevant. The fact of the matter is this guy cannot motivate the team. He hasn't got these guys buying. He's lost the dressing room. The brand of football we're playing is awful. You can see it in the players' body language. They're just not at the races. And imagine Jurgen on that touchline. Do you think we would have let PSG come to Anfield and just literally walk to a win like that?
What did you think
Do you think they would have done that?
What did you think of the tactics over the two legs?
I mean, the first game was unforgivable. This is Liverpool Football Club, 6 times European champion, 20 times Premier League champions, and we're going there like we're Accrington Stanley. I mean, come on, play with bravery, play with your chest out. At least go there and give a good account of yourselves. We have world-class players everywhere. What are we doing going and playing 5 at the back? We've just lost ourselves, and who is there to blame beyond Arne Slot? He's the guy responsible for the tactics, for the players' confidence. As I said, if Jurgen was on that touchline, is there any Liverpool fan out there that would tell me that would have happened? Look at Carrick at United. You guys were awful. He's come in and he has changed it. Is that a miracle? No. He's motivated.
You're talking about the man who won you the Premier League last season, right?
And that's Jurgen's team. He won it with Jurgen's
team. Well, that's
team.
what I said. That's what I said at the time.
Yeah, of course. Listen, fair play. He won us number 20. We're equal with you boys. He's always going to be remembered well, but no, it's his time to go. He's not good enough for this football club.
Okay. Ibs, thanks for that. Let's quickly go to James. He's also a Liverpool fan. Jimmy.
Good afternoon, James.
Hello, boys. You okay?
Yeah, good, pal. How are you?
Yeah, very good, thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Our pleasure.
I just wanted to quickly come in terms of the previous caller. I think he's hit the nail absolutely on the head in terms of the PSG game last night and the one before in terms of the tactics. I think that I don't even think PSG got out of second gear last night, and especially in the first leg as well. And it's worrying to watch. And listen, I'm very much on the fence with Arne Slot, but I'm watching those games and some in the Premier League games, and the football isn't attractive at all. But on the flip side of that, Andy and Gabby, I think you've got to be very careful what you wish for. I think you could come in and ask for someone like Xabi Alonso, and what happens if that fails? That's the way I look at it. And the only manager I'd snap your hand off right now for is Luis Enrique. I know he's going to sign a contract, but he's the one that I would say would have him at Liverpool. But why would he want to come to Liverpool at the moment? I think there's a full rebuild to be had there.
A full rebuild?
Yeah, and this is what I mean, Andy. It's 450 million. We shouldn't be in the spot that we are. But you look at the signings that's come in. Frimpong at right back.
Oh, he's been poor, very poor.
I'm with Gabby, and I'm like, this isn't a right back.
No.
I know Conor Bradley's there, but I'm looking at him, and I'm just thinking, we gave Trent enough stick for the way that he was playing, and I just think.
Do you know what, James? James, when I watch Frimpong, I don't see him his final ball when he's going forward good enough, and defensively 1v1 not good enough. And I just look at that team, even the tactics last night, Andy. It was like Ekatike to the right, Wirtz to the left, Isak down the middle.
It's unbalanced.
Why are you telling the press before that you're only going to play Isak for 45 minutes? Like, what manager does that? Do you want to keep the opposition guessing? And you actually take him on at half-time?
That's very bizarre.
Why didn't you play the young lad Rio, like some pace on that left-hand side? The tactics were odd. It was a great atmosphere before the game, but then as the game was going on the first half, I'm like,
I did feel
Liverpool haven't got a chance here.
I did feel in the first 15, 20 minutes, if they were pushing a lot, and PSG was sitting deep, almost inviting them on. I thought if they get a goal, they couldn't. I put on our WhatsApp group, Liverpool score in the next 10 minutes, they'll win the game. But they just couldn't get that goal. They had quite a lot of shots, good saves from the keeper.
Yeah, but I felt that PSG were just literally in first gear.
Yeah, maybe waiting.
And
then when they broke, when they
yeah, when they felt like, okay, then they're pressurising us now. They're going to score 2 goals.
Yeah. Good calls. Thanks for that. Still to come. We'll be joined, in the studio in just a moment by...
legendary.
He's legend. Yeah, former United captain Steve Bruce will be sat amongst me and Gabby. First, it's time for No Googling. After Arne Slot was knocked out of the Champions League last night, we want to know who's the last Dutch manager to win the Champions League. That's a good question, isn't it? Who's the last Dutch manager to win the Champions League? The answer to that, loads more, and Steve Bruce in the studio for the next 30 minutes, live on Drive on talkSPORT, with me, Andy Goldstein, and the superstar today alongside me is Gabby Agbonlahor.
Tottenham Hotspur, this mighty club with a phenomenal stadium, we all know that, of course, are looking at heading to Sheffield United, with all due respect, Birmingham, Swansea, Preston, Stoke next season. Is that what's going to happen? Graham's a big Tottenham fan and joins us live. Graham, good morning. Is that what's going to happen?
I'm sorry to say, I think at the minute, I think it has to be. We'd have to be completely blindsided, I feel, to think anything else. I said in amongst group chats with friends that in January, the moment we slip into that bottom 3, I don't see us getting out of it. And I think it's got nothing to do, and this alludes to a point that Simon made, I feel, maybe 10 minutes ago, about not necessarily having that quality, because it's clear that the quality hasn't been there this season. It's about having the fight and the mentality to actually pull yourself together earn the money that you're being paid and get yourself out of this and restore some sort of reputation that this football club has got. Unfortunately, I feel for us at the minute, we have too many players that have completely checked out. When the going got tough in and around January, February time, when you actually sat there and thought, we're in a bit of bother here, agents started appearing. Suddenly we've got Van der Ven doing interviews with his dad. And straight away you look at that and go, they're angling for moves already. We've got Paulina, who's on loan, who I actually really like, and I feel he's probably the closest one we've got to someone that's willing to stand up and fight and knows what it takes to try and win games of football. But when you look at, we've put up with Mr. Tickle in goal for most of the season. He's come out and started flirting back with Italy again.
Boxing. It's a sport that makes multi-millionaires out of the world's best fighters, but it's not as flush with cash as you'd think. We all see how much the likes of Tyson Fury or Canelo Alvarez make every fight, but that's not the case for those just starting out, or those who aren't even at that level. For example, if you've just turned pro and don't have a promoter, you have to sell your own tickets, cover the cost of the venue yourself, and pay the tax man at the end of it. You might not even break even, but if you do, you're looking at 5 to 10 grand max. A mid-tier fighter might make more like 10 to 50 grand, but you still have to give up half of that in costs. So unless you're fighting for a world title, it's tough to make money. One potential way of doing it, though, is being a journeyman. Here's former European champion talkSPORT's Spencer Oliver explaining how that could work.
They want to fight every week, and they can be going in against the prospects, so they can demand good money, and they might be demanding like 5 grand, 10 grand for a 6-rounder or something because they're going in with a prospect. He gets through that, the journeyman gets through that fight, and he can fight again next week.
I mean, even so, it's not much, and you're getting punched in the face for a job. It's only really at the top level, i.e. fighting for titles, where you're earning up to 6 figures and can afford a diamond chain or that Ferrari. So boxing isn't a sport that allows you to retire at 40 and live a life of luxury. Much like a lot of other sports and jobs in general, it takes an awful lot of luck quite early in your career to really make it worth your while.
Drive on talkSPORT, it's me, Andy Goldstein, Gabby, Agbonlahor alongside. Before the break, I asked the question, who's the last Dutch manager to win the Champions League? And it was Frank Rijkaard.
I'm going to ask, can we not guess?
Sorry, do you want to guess? I wanted to get to our guest as soon as possible.
I thought I'd make them in Cruyff, huh?
Well, look, you've just heard him, right? We're delighted to be joined in the studio by former Premier League captain and manager, a legend, of course, to me, the one, and your old gaffer, Gabby, as well. Steve Bruce is with us. Hello, Steve Bruce.
Good afternoon, Gaffer. Good afternoon.
How are you, all right?
I'm absolutely great, thank you.
I'll tell you what's interesting is, in that last ad break, as we came into the studio, I said to Gabby, have you got a phone charger? And he went, the gaffer's using it. And so he still calls you the gaffer. Is
that's natural.
That's quite common, right?
Yeah, of course it is.
By the way, I bet he's called me a few things. By the way.
I've got a list.
He had his moments, Gabby, that's for sure.
It's lovely to see you. Thank you so much for coming in.
No problem.
You and I bumped into each other downstairs about 2 hours ago.
Uh-huh.
And we were having a little chat about Gabby. And you went, I've got some stories about that boy.
Oh, do you know something as well? But it was the classic one when you go into Aston Villa was local hero, big hero of the club. What's happened to him? So my first port of call was to Gabby to say, I'm not interested in what's happened in the past. Get yourself right, get yourself fit, and let's have a go and keep working because you're a long time retired, Gabby. I need you fit and well because if you're fit and well, you'll murder this championship. And the good thing about him was he took it on board, and had a go and did great. And
I'll be honest,
got me the winner against the Blues. He always scores against the Blues.
That was my one goal.
I'll be honest, that's not how he described it to me about 2 hours ago.
I was being nice to him.
What sort of condition was he in when you saw him for the first time?
Now then.
You are funny, Ed.
Now then, I think he was arguably as fat as I was. So there was a bit of work to be done, but I think it was just a case that he was in probably a dark place. And by the way, Aston Villa is a huge, big football club, and this fella was the star of it for a long, long time. And for whatever happened and I wasn't bothered, but my main objective was, how do I get this fella and get him on my side? Because it was a difficult time in the difficult dressing room, in a difficult place. And Aston Villa was in a difficult place. Aston Villa was, I think we'd won 4 in 54. It was ridiculous, And, when I first walked in and the history of the club and how great the club it was, my main was, I was shocked of how poor the squad was in terms of the way it was and whoever was to blame. And my main aim in the championship was, if we're not careful, could be in the relegation fight rather than trying to get Aston Villa out the division. So the first year was all just about consolidating and trying to get up. And of course, we didn't manage it the second year, but came close.
When I was chatting to Steve Bruce earlier on, obviously the name of Fergie came out. One of the questions I asked to Steve was, when you're around Fergie, are you still a little bit, in awe of him? And he said, not really in awe of him, but you sort of, that connection is still there, that you're his player. A bit like Gabby with you. Gab, how do you feel now sat next to your old gaffer? Are you one-to-one level, or do you still look up to him as...
No, I think like most managers you play under, you still got that respect of like as a gaffer. I remember when I used to try and walk past the office, like, not today. You're not done enough. Don't ask to play. Don't ask to come on today. But he was really good to me. Like when he first come in, the way he looked after me, and he just said it's down to you. If you get yourself up to speed, you get yourself fit, which I did. And then all these young players just pre-season, they're running around, mate. Honestly, like Forrest Gump, and you got the older pros like me, Mike, Chrissy Sambo. We're like, what the hell's going on here? All right, it's time. It's time to pack up.
Hey, by the way, you talk about Chris Sambo. He had to go to our Alex. Oh, he had to go tell your dad. Yeah, he wasn't speaking very highly of me, Big Chris. He wanted to play in the playoff final. I should have played him. Centre forward. And by the way, he was the one that you wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of.
But that time as well, the gaffer brought through so many good players. I remember even the player that probably retired me was Keenan Davis, and he's doing very good at Udinese now. Yeah, scoring goals, enjoying his football. He was a great player.
He did great for us, didn't he, Keenan? Yeah. Young Josh Onomer, and of course, it's typical. Look, for me, the star of the team, Grealish, had a nasty injury, had an awful injury with a kidney, split his kidney, and it looked so innocuous, and all of a sudden he was out for 6 months, wasn't he? Something missing like that, Jack. But good time.
See, when you join a big club like Aston Villa, and you've got established pros there like Gabby and young kids, is it like any other job where people will knock on your door and come in and try and have some fun with you and introduce it to make sure that you're in their minds and that you become a favourite of the manager? Does that happen?
I don't think you try and want to be the favourite. The one thing you wanted was, when I first walked in, this fella, and also Mika Richards was a big noiser.
Yeah, and that surprises me.
Unfortunately for Mika, he had an awful bad knee.
Yeah,
and it was quite painful that he had that vicious circle where he couldn't train, and him again was a big, powerful lad. When you're big and strong and powerful like these lads, you have to train every day, basically. If you miss out, these lads need training and training and training, because if they miss 4, 5, 6 weeks, couple of months, don't train, it becomes difficult for them. And Mika was another one where he was such a good player as a kid and he was wonderful athlete and good player. And unfortunately, when I inherited him in Villa, he had a bad,
Some niggling
horrible
injuries as well.
knee.
I was getting a lot of niggling injuries. It was like pulling my calf. I'll never pull my calf, my hamstring. I remember like when I was still training, even though I knew I was going at the end of the season, I was still involved training. And he had big games coming up. I couldn't help but kick Jack Reedus every training session. Honestly, I'd do the scissor tackle on him, just to strengthen him. And he'd be like, "What you doing, you so and so?" And like storm off. And the gaffer's like, "Gabby, you're playing centre half in training maybe, but like stop kicking the players we need to try and get us promoted."
That's good advice. we saw when Darren Fletcher took over Man United not too long ago for the couple of games that he said in the press conference that he spoke to Fergie just to get a bit of advice. Did you speak to Sir Alex much as a manager?
Oh, when I first went into it. And one of the big things he said to me, he said, "Now remember one thing," and I remember it vividly from him. "Remember one thing, don't look for confrontation because it'll find you." And I thought, wow, that's marvellous coming from you, by the way. You would find an argument in an empty house, by the way. And and how right it was, because absolutely it would find you. So don't go looking for it. Absolutely not. And
did you find yourself ever quoting him, or
do you know something? A lot of people ask me can you ever replicate him?
Yeah.
Or can you try? The one thing I learned off him more than anything was his dedication to hard work was incredible. He had unbelievable. He was always first in and last out. He never missed a training session. His work ethic was incredible, and that was the first thing you learn off him. And the second thing was he had something about winning. And he dragged you along. He took you every day. He borders on being a genius, as we were talking about
earlier on.
When he let the 3-4 players brought in the young ones, for a club of that stature to recognise that these lads were ready, because we were all amongst them at the time thinking they're good players, don't get me wrong, but hang on a minute here. This Man United team are winning doubles every year and this, that and the other, and you're going to replace Ince and Hughes and Kanchelskis with, no disrespect to Butty and the Nevilles and, Scholesy and Beckham and how right he was. There's the genius in himself, because I don't think it'll ever happen, especially when you think of a club like Man U. I mean, it's quite remarkable that, he's brought these lads from the youth team who all played together, brought them in, and the success.
Can you remember the first time you saw them all? Were they training with you to begin with?
Giggs was the only certainty that I've ever seen. Probably a bit like this kid at Arsenal at the minute, this Downman.
Max Downman, yes.
Talking, a bit like Rooney, probably. Yeah. Everybody knew about Rooney when he was 14, 15 at Liverpool. There's a kid at Everton who's supposed to be... And Ryan was sensational at 16, 17. He was a stick-on. I mean, if you could ever say, wow, everything was effortless to him. Natural footballer who could dribble, and arguably, for me, one of the greatest players the Premier League has seen, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he tells you on 13.
Yeah, that's
963
right.
appearances for Man U, is it? It's quite remarkable. So he was a stick-on. But always Bex was going to be, is he going to be tough enough and be ready for it? He was absolutely... all of them made themselves wonderful athletes. They could all run, apart from probably Scholesy, where he had big problems when he was a kid. He had, all sorts going on, funny knee and, and
asthma,
right, asthma and acne and psoriasis, and if the sun came out, he wouldn't be able to, he was, but technically, he was absolutely spot on. And then the two Nevilles were all full of enthusiasm. Gary will say himself, the career that Gary had for himself, a bit like in his broadcasting now, where he's got himself and forced himself up here because of his personality and the way he was. He was never ever going to let you down, and worked hard, physically hard. He had a wonderful career at right back. Made himself a right back because when he was young, he was probably trying to be a centre back.
Oh, was he? But why wasn't he? Because
he wasn't going to be big enough.
Okay.
I think he realised he wasn't going to be big enough, and then went into the right back role. And he's another one, went into the team, never came out.
Yeah. Can I ask you a quick question on Sir Alex? Was there a fear factor?
Oh, yeah.
Because I always felt in my career that, like, I was scared of my managers, like Martin O'Neill, yourself. That to be a sense of fear.
Do you remember that? Do you remember the one I remember come across Kev MacDonald at Aston Villa, where all of you,
I was frightened of him.
All of you had all of you had a huge respect for him, though, and he ruled with a bit of an iron fist, and there's nothing wrong with it. as long as it comes naturally. You know, if you try and force that, you're trying to be nasty to somebody, or you've got to have it naturally. Kev MacDonald had it. I said to Kev MacDonald one time around the training ground, where's your office, Kev? He says, I don't have one. He says, then nobody can find me. I thought, great. How good is that?
That was a reserve team coach at Villa for
Yeah.
years, and like I was under him as a reserve team player. And if you didn't follow your runner,
Well, you need that, right? You need good cop,
the F
bad cop.
words, whatever it was, you were getting as a youth team player. The hard.
Steve, who's the worst bad cop at United? Who's the worst assistant?
Well, do you know something? I've got the utmost respect for Archie Knox. Archie Knox is a really, really magnificent man and a great coach, but he could be a bad cop and all. And so you had the two of them when they were at it.
Bad
when
cop,
they were
bad
at
cop.
it, it was thought he's supposed to be the good cop. Wow, I'm not so sure about that, Archie. But yeah, Brian Kidd was terrific when I was there. It was Archie and Brian Kidd for many years. But he changed around his number twos, you know.
Yeah, quite a lot.
Yeah, quite a lot.
Oh, there's so much I want to talk to you about. We got to go for a break, but we'll carry on this chat and we'll talk Man United, a bit Newcastle as well. Okay. And
You want
everywhere
that
in
feeling,
between.
Andy, of like when you're having a bad game, half time, full time, you're scared to walk in the dressing room.
Yeah, I'm scared to
That's
go
what
to
I'm
this break late because Management Max is watching me, right? So if I don't go now, I'll get the hairdryer from Management Max. More from the three of us, including the wonderful Steve Bruce, right after this. Live on Drive on talkSPORT in seconds. Stay where you are.
The debate goes on, the hair-pulling debate goes on because Manchester United, we now learn, plan to appeal against the red card given to Lisandro Martinez for pulling the hair of Leeds United striker Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Here's the thing, for the dismissal to be overturned, United have got to successfully argue to the FA that Paul Tierney made an error in sending Martinez off. Going to get Danny's take on this because this isn't going to finish yet, not anytime soon. Michael Carrick said this about the sending off and the incident.
Shocking decision to send Leach off. It's 2 games in a row we've had decisions like that go against us, but that one I have to say was one of the worst I've seen. So you can elbow Lenny Oro for the first goal in the side of the head, leaning on obviously, and then you can throw your arm in Leach's face, and then as he's off balance because of that, and he half grappler and he kind of half touches the back of his ear, which then pulls the bobble out, which then leads to look like I don't even know what it looks like. It's not a pull, it's not a tug, it's not aggressive. He touches it and he gets sent off, and worse of all, he was actually sent to overturn it, clear and obvious error. It's shocking.
Shocking, according to him. Not so Martin Samuel in the Times. Now we know where we stand. Players, coaches, supporters, everybody. Hair pulling may be a playground tactic, but it is a red card offence and a 3-match ban. Got that? Good. Now we can move on.
Driver talkSPORT, me, Andy Goldstein, Gabby Agbonlahor, and his gaffer, Steve Bruce, is alongside. We've got lots and lots coming up. In fact, still to come, we'll be joined by former snooker champion as well, Dennis Taylor. Do you remember that? Are you a snooker fan, 1985?
Yeah, I remember it well, yeah.
You a snooker player? Oh, there was a crossover.
No. Do you know something? It was big back in the day, though, wasn't it? Millions watched it. Was that the one where he had the upside glasses too?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, 1985 that was, against David. I was trying to explain it to Gabby, but he didn't know what I was talking about.
Oh, really? I remember it well, yeah. I remember, didn't it go on all night? Did it go to the death?
Half one, wasn't
it? Sunday night?
It was, I think 20 to 2, and 17 or 18.5 million people watched it.
Wow.
Incredible.
That was only when there was like 3 channels or 4 channels. But still, I mean, that many people staying up to watch it. Right. We've got lots to talk to you about. We need to talk to you about Manchester United. Okay? Of course, they were beaten 2-1 at home by Leeds on Monday night, which means they're still third in the league, 7 points ahead of 6th place Chelsea. They face them live, by the way, this weekend on talkSPORT on Saturday. It means Michael Carrick has won 7, drawn 2, and lost 2 of his 11 games in charge since taking over from Ruben Amorim. He started really well, Michael Carrick. A few results recently haven't been that great. Where do you stand on him right now? Lots of question marks as to whether or not he should be in the dugout for the first game next season. What's your view on that, Steve?
Well, I think he's got himself in pole position. That's for sure. And the one thing about Michael is he understands what the club's about, because I've watched from afar, and I've seen it when I was a player as well, that you don't really realise what Man U's about until you get there. And you realise as soon as you walk through the door of how difficult it is, and the spotlight is on you like no other. And even managers who've probably been in the game a long, long time have found it difficult to deal with. Michael has dealt with it as a player. He understands it. Of course, everybody is judged on results. But where they're going to go, they've tried everybody.
Yeah, I agree.
It's the nucleus of the club. And it's fascinating to see, because I'm on the outside of it a little bit now, is as soon as they get beat, it's Michael Carrick, is he the man for the job again? You know, how about that the group of players, I think they've got some good players, don't get me wrong, but the standards they've got to live up to get to Man U where they want to get to, they're still way behind, in my opinion. And I think a lot of Man U fans and a lot of people still think that as a squad of players, they're still way, way short of where they need to be. And whoever gets it, for me, it still needs a big, radical change, because there's a lot of them players in that squad have been there a long, long time. And Man U haven't now won a title in, 13 years, is it?
Yeah.
You know, so, yes, Michael's got himself in pole position. I'm sure they'll make a decision towards the end of the season. Me, personally, I hope he gets it, because where else they're going to go? You know, unless you're going to get him from Paris Saint-Germain yesterday, you know. Enrique, so we get Enrique or one of the...
I think they have to as well, players that do come in the summer, go through Premier League proving again. Like
I think they did. Yeah, I think they did that in their signings of last year, of that these two lads have played in the Premier League and made a fist of it. Yes. And you would say Cunha and Mbeumo have done well. Yeah. Fair play to them. It's all around the squad from then on is, for me, still needs improvement.
Do you think part of the problem when you were playing, it was Sir Alex, it was David Gill, and that was it? Now there seems to be so many moving parts. You've got directors of footballs and God knows how many people on the board making decisions. Do you think that's part of the problem? There's too many people involved.
Well, there was a great debate with Simon in your show this morning about Liverpool and Eric Slots getting it. All the Slots players. Are they really?
Yeah.
Is he the head coach?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot was saying now, back in the day, the manager was responsible for all of that. So if you had brought in a player and he messed up, then it's your fault. But now, the title of head coach is who's behind you, and you're hoping that your sporting director's on the same page as you, because if you're not, then there's trouble.
Who do you think's got more control at a football club?
Well, it all depends what football club it is.
And so you do think it changes?
I do believe you're something like Chelsea. I think they'll make all them signings no matter who the head coach is. Or will he have an input into it?
I agree.
You know, I think the best run clubs are the ones of... I mean, listen, we've seen Brentford and Brighton and clubs like that have done fantastically well in recruitment. Mm-hmm. How have they done it? Have they done it through, this gambling way and all the rest of it? And they've done remarkably well by doing it. So there's pluses for all sorts. But one thing you do need is you do need you do need somebody in charge to say, that's my player and that's the way we're going to go. And if that comes from the top, but I don't think it happens very. I think it's a lot of. I think a lot. No, Arne Slot wouldn't have bought all them players in at Liverpool on his own and made that decision on his own.
You're right.
Whereas Sir Alex back in the day would have been. And the great thing about him too, if you think of the players that he signed, they went on to play for United for years. Schmeichel for 600 grand, played for 10 years. Yes. Dennis Irwin, 600 grand from Oldham, played for 12 years. You know, it goes on and on and on and on the list. Of how many
Do you think, though, managers now, though, they have to understand where football's at? Because I asked this question to Emmanuel Petit live on there and he swore. I said, what would Arsene Wenger would have done back in the day if a physio said you can only play this player for 60 minutes? It's incredible, isn't it, how the game's gone now?
And by the way, and you're in the dugout, and it's not going very well, and all of a sudden, I've got to take my star player off because I can only play him for 60 minutes. You wouldn't have it.
No,
you wouldn't have it. But I think now it's part and parcel of the job and how difficult it is. It's and we keep seeing the head coach, don't we? We don't see manager. I think it's a thing of the past.
I've got to let you go in like a minute. 2 quick questions for you. United have had lots of ups and downs with managers coming in, then being sacked and having interim managers. Your name was always bandied around. Did you ever have a conversation with anyone at United to be manager?
No, I think a lot of it comes down to time. And when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got it, I just lost my job at Aston Villa, and it wouldn't have looked right, would it? Maybe. So I think that went against me. But no, I have not that I'm aware of anyway.
Okay, last question to you. What do you miss more, being a footballer or being a manager?
All footballer.
Do you?
All day long. Oh, all day long. Management is
carefree.
Oh yeah, I loved every day. I mean, you get paid handsome amounts of money to kick a ball around on a Saturday and
kick people.
Score a goal and kick people. And absolutely,
Steve,
I absolutely loved it.
I'm a huge fan of yours for so many reasons. Half an hour is never enough. It should be at least 3 or 4 days.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. Great to see you both.
Legends.
Our pleasure. Our pleasure. The wonderful Steve Bruce. You missed any of that, you can go to the website talksport.com, or you can hit the listen again button somewhere on that free to download app. Arsenal, they're in action tonight. It's live on TalkSport. They take on Sporting Lisbon. We'll be talking about that when we come back.
What did bringing Mo Salah back in the fold do for Arne Slot? Nothing.
Yeah. But Danny, off the back of Slot winning in his first season, you've called this season a catastrophe. So you're not giving Slot much latitude.
Well, I did do for quite a while because of the circumstances around everything that's gone on. We've talked about them multiple times, with the players leaving, the Jota situation, all those things. But it's not. It's digressed. It's not got better over time. Deteriorated.
To go to Simon's point, then why not trust Slot totally and wholly going forward?
Because I think the majority of Liverpool fans feel that the level of performance and the amount of times where they're losing games, 17 losses is a ridiculous amount for Liverpool Football Club. And the level of performance has dropped off so much that they think it's too risky to leave him in charge and it get even worse.
Yeah.
And because of this disappointment in the new signings that he was a part of, apparently, we think he is, would you then go again with another 250 or whatever they're going to spend with the same people in charge? The argument is, whoever you bring in, are they going to be dictated to a degree, by Richard Hughes, by Michael Edwards? I don't know because I'm not there to listen to the industry. My feeling is, and it always has been, is that Slot's say on some of these signings was minimal.
It must be. I mean, I suppose the answer is always superseded by who you replace him with.
Yeah.
When I keep on listening to this nonsense, this immature nonsense about bringing Steven Gerrard in. On what basis? You saw, with all respect to his mate, you saw him at Aston Villa. He couldn't do it. and the other fella walked through the door and turned the light on.
Liverpool fans, do you trust Arne Slot to rebuild the squad after what will be a trophyless season?
The majority of Liverpool fans feel that the level of performance and the amount of times where they're losing games, 17 losses is a ridiculous amount for Liverpool Football Club. And the level of performance has dropped off so much that they think it's too risky to leave him in charge and it get even worse.
Former Red talkSPORT's Danny Murphy there. Some are calling for Steven Gerrard to return to Anfield. What does talkSPORT's Simon Jordan make of that?
When I keep on listening to this nonsense, this immature nonsense about bringing Steven Gerrard in. On what basis? You saw, with all respect to his mate, you saw him at Aston Villa. He couldn't do it. And the other fella walked through the door and turned the light on. You didn't win the Premier League for 30 years. How comes this guy gets one season of winning the Premier League, the next year he has a bad season, like Klopp did after he won the Premier League, and all of a sudden he's got to go? It's an interesting one that we've now got a new phenomenon, which is basically you've got no forbearance, you've got no goodwill, no credibility, no currency in the bank.
This, as it's emerged, Hugo Ekitike is set for 9 months on the sidelines with a ruptured Achilles. Tonight, Arsenal look to get their rapidly derailing season back on track at home to Sporting Lisbon. Can the visitors overturn their hosts? Here's former Sporting boss Carlos Carvajal.
I believe that one of the weak points of the Arsenal is not when you try to play inside the team, but when you play to the sides. When you play to the sides, they have some problems, special with the fullbacks. This is, in my opinion, the weak point of the Arsenal, and I think Sporting can explore.
Build up to our Champions League commentary gets underway at 7 right here on talkSPORT. Elsewhere, England fans are slating another World Cup rip-off as it's reported train fares to the Panama game in New Jersey will cost 74 quid. They usually cost 13. The Football Supporters Association's Fans Embassy are asking what on earth is going on. And 2 men have been given the first 3-year football banning order for breaking new tailgating laws in England and Wales. Legislation on ticketless fans gaining unauthorised entry to matches came into effect at last month's EFL Cup final at Wembley. Stadium director Mark Lynch says the convictions show a real and immediate impact.
Welcome back to our number 2 Champions League drive on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein, the superstar is Gabby Agbonlahor alongside. Yeah, that's horrible, Jack. Jack, you don't want to do that? You don't want to do that? What a lovely fella Steve Bruce is.
Legend, mate. Love him. Love him. That's what I call Gaffer.
Half hour is so not long enough with someone like that.
Yeah. And the amount of games that he's managed, different clubs.
Just the players, his teammates, Cantona.
Exactly. The stories he's got. Yeah. Half an hour.
Next time we'll have more. Yes. Still to come, the legends continue. We'll be joined by former snooker champion of the world, Dennis Taylor. But now Arsenal, they'll be aiming to reach the Champions League semi-finals tonight. It's a game, of course, you can hear live on talkSPORT.
Running through to Scott, who's running through the centre. He's charging through the middle and he slammed it home. And Arsenal are behind again.
They were lifeless, clueless, hopeless. Arsenal look more like jokers and chokers than champions.
It's a big punch on the face, and we need to stand up and be counted now.
Potentially, you get past Sporting, which would be a tough game all of a sudden now. You're in the Champions League semi-final. You're still currently top of the Premier League. It doesn't feel that way.
I think it actually comes down to the manager now with Arsenal, just to sort of release that almost like tension and almost fear that's inhibiting some of their play.
Oh, here's the moment. They've done it. Kai Havertz in stoppage time. Arsenal are going to win in Lisbon.
Arsenal's biggest challenge right now are themselves, really, mentally. They've gotten themselves into this position in the league and the Champions League through being really good, and they have to remember that they are very good.
I'm on fire. I just see beauty, opportunity, and I want to get it done for all these people that they've been in this journey with us.
Yeah, Arsenal, they take on Sporting tonight. It's a game you can hear live on talkSPORT, and that, of course, is a place in the Champions League semi-finals. They have a 1-0 lead from last week's first leg. But in recent weeks, they have, of course, lost in the Carabao Cup final, been kicked out of the FA Cup by Southampton, and they lost to Bournemouth to allow Man City back in the title race. Stop laughing, you. Mikel Arteta has been speaking to the media ahead of tonight's game. He said he's determined to get over the line.
I'm on fire. That's it, nothing else. I'm dreaming so much. I've done so much, to be in this position because I know how this club it was. I've done so much against anything that this is beauty. I just see beauty, opportunity, and I want to get it done for all these people that they've been in this journey with us, and because they deserve it, because it's been unbelievable. That's what is driving me every single day. I have zero fear. Fear I had when, if we don't get this done, this club, I don't know where it's going. That was fear. Now, there's no fear. It's just purpose, fire, direction, and conviction that we're going to do it.
I say he takes that win the dog to all his press conferences. Stop it. I do feel, I really do, that if Arsenal lose tonight,
yes,
I don't want to be dramatic. If Arsenal lose tonight, I think their season might be over,
100%.
Oh, you agree?
100%. After what's happened in the last two competitions, didn't turn up. They stalled in the final against Manchester City, didn't turn up. Southampton, they bottled that as well. I know we don't like using the word bottle, but it's true. And I feel like tonight, I do think they get through tonight. They might make it nervy for the fans. The fans will be on edge tonight. I think they get through, but you're right. If they don't, the confidence that Manchester City will take from that as well, knowing that 3 out of 4 you're out of, I think they'll lose on Sunday if they lose tonight.
It's not just that, it's the pressure. I mean, the pressure going into the Man City game is huge.
Yes.
I just feel it goes up a notch if they go into that game knowing the only thing they can win this season is the Premier League.
Totally agree. And I've seen with Liam Rosignol, some of the things that he says in the press conferences. And I think Arteta, some of the things that Arsenal have done this season, the manager, the football club.
Do you have a list of them by any chance?
Yeah, it's quite laughable. The fire is his latest one. Bring the fire. I've got the fire. Okay.
That was after Bring Your Lunch.
Yeah. So the pen game was odd.
Pen game was nuts.
They've got pens.
Pengate.
Yeah, very weird. Bring your lunch and dinner. They bring their lunch and dinner and you don't turn up and you lose to Bournemouth at home. You can't get out your own half.
Maybe they were just a bit too full up, Gabby.
TikTok edit.
What's that?
On the big screen.
Oh yeah.
When they were training, I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah, that's strange.
Like, come on, it's too much. You're putting pressure on your players. Some of the players were injured on international, I get it, but some of them weren't. And you're dragging these players away from their international teams, putting more pressure on them, more pressure on the club. Relax.
I do think
relax.
I do think with all the things you've mentioned, right? And I take this back to Win the Dog, the light bulb, the pickpockets at the Christmas party.
Never walk alone.
All of that. Training. Here's the thing, right? The manager may believe in it, but the only way that's going to work is if every player believes in it.
Yes.
And I think when you get a group of people together, very rare that one won't take the mickey. Very rare that another won't say to his mate, "I'm not having this." A little bit like, right? Now, I love Glenn Hoddle. Yeah. But when he brought Irene Drury into the England setup for faith healing, right? All it took was a Ray Parlour to say, "I'll have a short back and sides."
Yes.
And then it's like, what's this all about? And I just feel with Arsenal, because it's such a big ask to ask players to run about holding pens and win the dog and you'll never walk alone and the light bulb. I just think it's putting way too much pressure. If after you got beat or before you're going to get beat, you had a normal training session and it was just football. It was just football and let's concentrate on football. I think, what do I know? But I think if I was a footballer, that's how I would.
100%. Some of the things he's coming out with, we've listed them off there. Like, just relax. The pressure's on Arsenal. Yes, it is. But enjoy that pressure. Like, I love the press conference as they done. They teed him up with a question of, like, other fan bases don't want Arsenal to win. What do you think of that? Don't care. That's the attitude. I don't care about the noise. We're going to do our job. If I'm in that changing room over the last few days after the Bournemouth game, I'm a leader in that dressing room. Whoever it is, I'm saying, are we bottle jobs? I'm saying to the whole team in the dressing room, doors closed, everyone's calling us bottle jobs. We've bottled 2 competitions already. Are we going to bottle 2 more? Or are we going to go and put a foot down? Are we going to go and beat Sporting Lisbon 2 or 3-0, a statement win? Are we going to go to the Etihad and win? Now what are you going to call us? That's the attitude you go and have now if you're these Arsenal players. Because you've got leaders, Gabriel, Saliba, Declan Rice, Saka, Zubamendi. You've got all these leaders, Odegaard. Go and show it because you are bottling it.
When the draw was made, they knew they had Sporting for a place in the last 4.
Yes.
Do you think the majority of Arsenal fans were confident and comfortable?
100%.
Okay. Then they lost the first one. Then they won the first one 1-0.
Yes.
And then the wheels have fallen off since then, right? What percentage of Arsenal fans do you think going to the Emirates tonight will have the same mindset as it's all fine, it's all good, I don't expect anything bad to happen tonight?
I do think tonight Arsenal fans will be confident because...
Do you?
You know why, mate? Because Sporting Lisbon, very good record, unbeaten until Arsenal beat them in the Champions League at home.
Yeah.
But I think this Sporting Lisbon side away from home, I think Bournemouth beat Sporting Lisbon at home. Do you know the quality of the Premier League?
Yeah, I was expecting a lot more from Sporting.
Exactly. So I think they're going to come to the Emirates. Arsenal fans will be on side. Lovely, big pitch, fresh pitch. This Arsenal team will beat comfortably, I think, 2 or 3-0 Sporting Lisbon.
Yeah.
So I don't think there will be nerves, but there will be nerves for Sunday.
Yeah, I agree.
They really will. Because
Okay.
Man City have taken a turn. They're looking like... You can name Manchester City starting 11 now. It's consistent.
And there's fear when you see
Semenyo, Shirky, it's Doku, it's Haaland, it's Rodri, it's Bernardo Silva. The defence is the same. He's not changing much now, Pep. They've had a rest during the week. Arsenal now, like I says, before this game, have a meeting as players, have it out with each other. What the hell was that against Bournemouth? What was that? Could have went 12 points clear. Bottled it, didn't turn up. No one, not one player can hold their hands up in that game and say, all right, you know, I got us over the line. Declan Rice tried, didn't do enough. Go and show that you're not a team. Because if they don't win a trophy this season, that's like elite bottling like you could never believe. We were all talking 6 weeks ago, Andy.
Quadruple, yeah.
The quadruple's on. They're going to
Piers
be
Morgan
unbearable.
said, no, there's no squad out there to beat us. We've got the best squad in the world. We'll win all 4.
Yeah, it's going to be unbearable. Oh, Arsenal can win a quadruple. We're going to have to just literally finish the season and start talking about the World Cup. That's what everyone was saying. Now you're looking at them and like, there's a great chance that they win nothing. Go and show.
If Arsenal lose tonight, their season is over.
I think so, yeah.
Okay,
Definitely.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Do you, though? 03717 223344. Arsenal fans, how are you feeling ahead of tonight's game? It's a game you can hear live on talkSPORT, by the way. And also, if you lose tonight, is that it for the season? 03717 223344. We'll take your calls right after this.
I'm enjoying Britain's Got Talent. Are you more into? You've not hit your golden buzzer yet, have you?
No, I have. I hit it for Rafferty. Yeah, I hit it for Rafferty, 16-year-old boy who gelled music and magic together. It was really sick.
And like the last one, I watched one last night. I thought it was recording. The choir at the end were very good. The kids from Wales.
Yeah,
very good.
We did the whole 6-7 thing. Do you even understand what that is?
But you also
I was going to say
you get some numpties on there as well.
Oh,
don't
you do, but
what about the guy with the Scotch egg? He wants sectioned.
KSI, I've got him. Before I let you go, you're talking about 16-year-old magician Max Dowman. What about your team? Have you got a little bit of panic on the Arsenal?
Nah, zero panic. You know, I know the boys are on it, and I'm going to see them today or tonight when they face Sporting Lisbon. It's going to be a great game. I'm excited to see them do their thing. Obviously with what the press do to Arsenal, and some, even with some fans, and definitely everyone who aren't Arsenal fans, they put a lot of pressure on the team, and they want the team to break, but they're stronger than that. And I know that this year is going to be different. So I'm excited to see them perform and, do what they need to do to hopefully get a trophy this year.
Champions League Drive on talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein, the wonderful Gabby Agbonlahor alongside in partnership with Giacomo. Style and brands for every man. Still to come, we'll be hearing from the Villa Gaffer, Unai Emery, ahead of tomorrow's Europa League final against Bologna. Just quickly, Man United will be without Harry Maguire for Saturday's trip to Chelsea, with his misconduct charge upheld by the FA. Liverpool's Hugo Ekitike will be out for around 9 months, could be more actually, after rupturing his Achilles tendon against PSG last night. We wish him well with that. Let's take your calls from maybe nervous Arsenal fans. If they lose tonight, is the season over? Mark is a Goonies. First up, Marky Mark.
Good evening, Mark.
How you doing? How you doing? You okay?
We are great, man. How are you? What would you like to say?
I'm okay. Yeah, I'm nervous. I think is probably underestimated a little bit. I tend to agree with you guys. I think if tonight goes pear-shaped, then that probably is the season over. Over Arteta's time at the club, or certainly the last few years, there seems to have been a bit of a complacency, perhaps bordering on arrogance, that he seems unable to get the team up for some of the more, what you would call winnable games. I think conversely, at the moment, if the draw had thrown up us against Real Madrid, I think we'd have probably had a much better spell, because you've got to be on it against those big teams. He seems to lack that ability to get a team and go and win those games. And like Man City do, Pep, games where they're playing a team like Wolves or someone like that, he won't just go and win the game. He'll go and absolutely destroy the opposition, because he knows that he's got the team to do it. Whereas we have traditionally, in the last couple of years, struggled against teams like a West Ham a couple of years ago, Southampton, Bournemouth at the weekend, Wolves, and I don't quite get it.
Mark,
I really like what Arteta's done for the club.
Mark, don't you feel like tonight, though, go and make a statement? Everyone thinks we're going to bottle every competition we're in. No, we're not. We're going to go and beat these 3-0 tonight, because you're a lot better side than Sporting Lisbon.
Yeah, I agree. And in theory, it's the perfect opportunity, because although Sporting Lisbon are a good side, they aren't as good a side as we are or should be.
No.
But for whatever reason, the performances aren't there. At the weekend, fundamentally, you can't do anything but credit Bournemouth. They were brilliant, but we didn't turn up. We didn't give them a game. We let them play. And as much as all of these talks that Arteta's given about, bring your dinner, all that kind of stuff, that's in the stands. But if the stands turn up and then they're not seeing a team which is actually putting in a shift and, trying to feed off that, then what do you expect?
Mark, what will the score be tonight?
I want to say 1-1. I'd like it to be more comfortable than that, but I do think that, I forget the name of the guy now, but their sort of number 6 in midfield is back for tonight, and he was out last week, wasn't he? So I think it will be a bit more difficult, but I'm hoping that we've got Eze back. Yeah, we've got a few injuries, but again, the whole training stuff, there's I don't know what's going on there with some of what they do, but yeah, nervous.
Mark, thank you for the call. Appreciate it. Let's go to another Arsenal fan, and one of his as nervous. Stephen is his name. Hi, Steve.
Good evening, Steve.
Hi. Hi, how you doing? You all right?
We're great.
Oh, mate.
How are you feeling?
I'm sick of this guy. Just sick of him. He's doing my nutting.
Well, listen, Benny will be back tomorrow. I see the manager. I think that's Gabby.
So he's a dreamer as well. He is the Tottenham Pochettino. He can just about get you there, but he just can't get you over the line. He's Mick McCarthy of the Championship coming in the Premier League. He can get
Is
you
he a Gareth
somewhere,
Southgate of
in.
England?
Gareth Southgate, another one. Didn't like him either. Any guy does a pizza advert taking the mick out of his country going out of a competition shouldn't get the job straight away. But he was boring at Arsenal, Arteta. I took my boy to watch us when Van Persie come back and it was a draw and we had about 40 seconds left against... And he could have just put it in the box. And he passed to Mertesacker. Mertesacker passed back to him. And then he passed back to the goalkeeper. And then the final whistle went. And everyone was like, oh. And that is his attitude for football, I think. He's just... And the pen thing, oh, my God. It's embarrassing. He's totally embarrassing.
How much pressure? How much pressure will be on Arsenal if they lose this going to Man City at the weekend?
It's massive. They're under pressure already because he's not a good enough manager to take the pressure off him. He should be absorbing all that pressure like Mourinho does. He takes it, he'll do something to take it, or say something to take all the pressure onto him, all the tabloids onto him, and he doesn't do that. He's gave them pens and he's put them straight in the firing line. And that's what he does. And he has no idea in the final third what to do. When Man City were in the Carabao Cup final, were sitting 3/3 off, and they were just standing there waiting, he should be telling that defence to push up, play a long ball, then drop off. And then Man City will have to do something different. He was just, Gabriel and the goalkeeper were just kicking it. And then they would just come forward gradually, and then we didn't have a clue what to do. And that's it. If everyone else can see that, he should see that. If Emery got the backing that Arteta has had, he would have at least won 2 titles. And that is a guarantee.
Stephen, like I said about 5 minutes ago, don't you think the players have to lock those changing room doors at the training ground and literally have a go at each other and say, listen, we're out of 2 competitions now. We're not going to blow these 2.
Yeah, they would, but he would put a stop to that straight away.
You reckon?
He's got a captain in Odegaard who doesn't say anything on the pitch. I remember they was all in a circle, and you had Zinchenko when he first come from Man City, and he's having a go, and Odegaard's looking at him like, what are you doing? And, like, you know, you don't have to be calm all the time. You need a bit of anger to get you over the line, to get you going, to get you motivated. And he hasn't got that in him, only when we're winning. When we're losing, he looks like he's seen a ghost. He don't know what's happening.
Okay.
And he did win a CFA Cup. Banyang won a CFA Cup in the semi-final and the final.
Okay. Steve, listen, I want to take as many calls as I can, but I appreciate yours.
Nice one, guys.
Thanks, man. Thanks, pal. Good calls. All very passionate fans. Ryan's another. Hello, Ryan.
Good evening, Ryan.
All right, lads.
You right, mate?
Yeah, great show as usual.
Thanks, Ryan. What do you want to say, my friend?
I'm just ringing up because I just don't understand where, like, the narrative of this bottling the other 2 comps has come from.
It's what you've done.
Like, how is it? We made a final. Only one of 2 teams can win that final.
What have Arsenal won? What have Arsenal won since Arteta's been in charge? Nearly £1 billion spent.
But that's not bottling, is it? You made the final, and City won on the day. We didn't bottle it.
The way you played, you did.
What happened against Southampton?
No, wait. No, not having it.
Come on,
what about Southampton? Come on. What happened about Southampton?
Yes, all right, Southampton maybe so, but they were on a run of good form. 14 games.
Championship side. Come on.
You're going for the quadruple.
Of
course it does.
It does.
No, a team on the day, it doesn't matter. If a team's in good form, they're in good form.
Hold on. You're at the top of the Premier League. You were by 9. It could have been 12 points. You're going for the quadruple, and a team in the Championship who are going on a good run beat you and knocked you out of the FA Cup, and you think that's normal?
Yeah, but it happens to other teams all the time in other years. It's just because it's Arsenal. It's a bottle.
Well, it's not because you haven't won anything. You haven't won anything.
Teams have been knocked out of the FA Cup.
Spurs have won. Do you know what? Get this right. Eric Ten Hag and Ruben Amorim are more successful than your manager?
For now.
But can you tell me though, the final against Manchester City, everyone said before the game how important it is to win this. You win this and the confidence you take in to the rest of the season. The players didn't turn up. That is bottling it when you've got a chance against a Man City side that you're better than and you don't turn up on the day. Shirky's doing kick-ups because he's got the... Come on.
I kind of agree with the Southampton result, but I don't agree with losing to City in the final as a bottle. It's not a bottle. We made the final and we got beat. That's not bottling the cup. As for the season being over, if we lose tonight, how is it we're still in contention to win the Premier League?
Yeah, but the confidence will be shattered if you go out tonight, mate. Yeah, well, it's already shattered. Look at the Bournemouth performance.
Or it could do the flip side and make them fight for the Prem even harder.
Where's that fight? Where was that fight against Bournemouth?
Or Southampton or Man City?
Yeah. Good point. I'm just so nervous.
I bet you are.
Take your dinner. Arteta said take your dinner. What you having for dinner?
Take your packed lunch with you.
Whatever you're having for dinner.
Take it with.
Chicken Kiev. Take it with you.
Take it with you. Right.
Cheers, lad.
What would the score be tonight, Ryan? You've been a great call. What would the score be?
I'm going to say 2-0 Arsenal, you know.
Why?
Because I think that Bournemouth game might have... I'm maybe speaking from hope rather than my brain, but I just think that Bournemouth game is like, it might have kicked some fire in them, like, to quote Arteta.
Do you think Ryan, do you think the pitch will be wet enough, not dry, because Gyökeres doesn't like dry pitches? Can you get there with a hose and water the pitch?
Or maybe as the players are coming out of tunnel, give them a load of pens.
Yeah, honest to God.
What do you think?
Every day I listen to you driving home from work. I've never once rang you.
Win the dog. Maybe Win the Dog can come on at half time. What do you reckon?
Yeah, possibly.
The groundsmen are doing overtime.
Do you know what? If we win that league and win this Champions League, I'm bringing it back.
Ryan, will you phone me tomorrow, whatever happens?
Yeah.
You promise? I'd love to speak to you again, Ryan.
I promise.
Ryan, but if you do win the league, we have to move on to who's playing number 10 for England at the World Cup.
Yeah, we're done with that.
Yeah, the league's gone. We don't talk about it the next day, mate.
Yeah, it's history then, isn't it? It's history. Call us tomorrow, Ryan. Enjoy the game.
I will do, lads.
Thanks,
Take
man.
care.
Thanks.
Why am I picturing Arsenal fans with their dinner in a plate outside the stadium?
Chomping on it. If you've taken your packed lunch to the Emirates, let us know. Still to come, we'll be hearing from the Villa gaffer, Unai Emery, ahead of tomorrow's Europa League quarter-final against Bologna. First, no Googling. We want to know who's the only player to score a winning goal in the Champions League semi-final for Arsenal. Do you know that? Who's the only player to score a winning goal in the Champions League semi-final for Arsenal? So it was obviously
they got to a semi-final.
They reached the Champions League final in 06. Okay. All right, they lost that one. But who's the only Arsenal player to score a winning goal for them in the semi-finals of the comp?
Okay, let me have a think.
The answer to that and loads more, including Dennis Taylor, will be on our show right after this.
Bring your lunch, bring your dinner.
Wow. Well, just when Liverpool fans were in a state of depression somewhat after going out of the Champions League last night, the news has got even worse in the last 10 to 15 minutes because it's our understanding here at talkSPORT, Hugo Ekitike faces 9 months out. He ruptured his Achilles tendon in the game last night against PSG at Anfield. He will now also miss the World Cup. So Ekitike is out. All of a sudden, there's a lot more emphasis going forward on Alexander Isak. And of course, bear in mind, Mo Salah is going at the end of the season as well. So it adds up to an awful lot of recalculation for the people running the club and for Arne Slot. Arne Slot coming in for it a bit as well. Simon and Danny alongside me this morning. Many messages coming in. We're going to take your calls 03717 223344 from 10:30 onwards. But there is one message, and it's not all that complimentary to Arne. Let's not use this half-good performance to gloss over the fact that Slot has turned a very good Liverpool squad into one of our poorest teams in many years. Slot's signings have been a disaster, and our whole season was thrown off course by the insane chasing to sign Isak, an injury-prone, overrated average striker when we were desperate for a defender. Now, that's a Liverpool fan, Danny, who is laying it on thick this morning. Has he got a point?
Well, the thing is, Isak has struggled with injuries over the years. He only had one real full season for Newcastle where it wasn't in.
Amen Corner, perhaps the most feared run of holes in golf. Each year, it claims the tournament hopes of many, with balls hitting bunkers and water traps aplenty. But why is it so fearsome, and where did it get its name? Just the thoughts of holes 11, 12 and 13 at Augusta National gives the likes of Rory McIlroy and Jordan Spieth the shivers. McIlroy hit 3 over and Spieth hit 4 over in their final rounds to blow their hopes of a green jacket in 2011 and 2016 respectively. But did you know Amen Corner's name is inspired by a jazz song from 1933? American sports writer Herbert Warren Wint, on the left here, wrote about it in 1958, referencing the song shouted in that Amen Corner when describing the run. Hole 11 is a par 4 over 520 yards with a green guarded by a pond and bunkers to the front edge. 12, perhaps golf's most famous hole, is a par 3 over just 155 yards. The green's guarded by Rays Creek at the front, more bunkers and azalea bushes ready to punish the smallest error. Then there's the 13th that teases the hook shot over the trees. It's a dogleg par 5 over 545 yards that's inviting for big hitters who want to reach the green in 2. If you want to win the Masters, you have to keep your score down around Amen Corner. So who'll be the next to fall victim to golf's most famous and most daunting challenge?
Drive on talkSPORT Champions League Drive. Mary Goldstein, Gabby Agbonlahor. If you were going to have a night in with Mrs. Agbonlahor,
yeah,
glass of red wine, spaghetti bolognese, and she said, put some music on the record player. What are you putting on?
Old school R&B, I think, for me.
Oh, okay. Like the slow chilled version.
Slow chilled.
Oh, that's nice.
No,
what artist you got in mind?
No, maybe Joe.
Joe who?
You know, heard of Joe?
Juicy Joe.
No, Joe Amflet. No, Joe. He's got some great tunes.
Can we play some Joe later on? Slow, any particular one?
Yeah, Baby Where You're At. Great
sing
tune.
Sing it to me.
Baby Where You At.
Dun, dun, can't find you anywhere.
Yep, that's it.
Is that the one?
Bit of Joe.
I've been looking
great name.
everywhere.
But I do like my old school R&B, bit of soul as well, maybe, mate.
What meal would you be cooking me if I come out for dinner?
If you come round.
Little romantic meal, me and you.
Oh, okay.
What are you making me? Starters. What am I having for starters?
Do you know what, mate? I'm gonna make us some sweet chili prawns to start.
That sounds nice.
You like prawns?
I do like prawns.
Okay. And then we're gonna keep it fish. I'm gonna do you a nice piece of salmon, seasoned salmon though.
Okay.
With a little bit of sauce on the side as well.
What sauce?
Ketchup. HP. No, but
what sauce?
So some
what sauce you putting on
it's like a mixture
of.
It's got like sweet chili in it. It's got
more sweet chili left over from the prawns.
Yeah, but with the prawns, the sauce in the prawns, so you use that on the side.
All right.
Some asparagus, seasoned asparagus.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna
Any carbs?
Some white rice.
Oh, white rice. Okay.
Yes.
Nice. And then for dessert, what are we having?
Some nice truffle butter in.
I like that. Yeah, it's expensive.
Dessert,
What are you
we're
making
gonna have let's get you a Magnum out of the freezer, mate.
Do you know? I'll take that.
That's all right, isn't it?
I'll take that.
Don't
Yeah, it's more than you
what would
get.
you do, mate? Battered sausage?
No starters. I'd make you beef carpaccio.
I like that.
You like that?
That's very fancy.
Okay. Main. I mean, I do make a great spag bowl. I know it's Route 1. But what
easy,
I do you maybe Pan Asian.
Oh.
I do something along that line.
I do like that.
All right. And then for dessert, I'll probably let you have some of my spotted dick.
I beg your pardon?
You know the dessert?
No, never heard of
spotted
it.
dick. That's lovely. Bit of ice cream. Spotted
what?
dick. Yeah. You know, it's a real thing.
I'm not saying that, mate.
That's fine.
I want to keep my job. I'm not saying that.
Absolutely fine. I'll show you mine later. Before the break, ask the question: is Oli Platt scored winning goal in the Champions League semi-final tie for Arsenal? Do you know the answer to that?
You sent me.
I bet I have.
I'm all over the place.
Colo Touré.
Yes.
Against
Great player.
Villarreal. Still to come. We'll have some fun with the best of talkSPORT. But now it's time for this.
Paddy Power on talkSPORT. With Paddy's Super Sub, your new bet rolls over to the new player coming on. T's and C's and exclusions apply. 18 plus, BeGambleAware.org.
Yeah, it's time now for today's bet by the friends of Paddy Power. Let's welcome Graham Bernie to the show. Bernie.
Hello, Graham.
Yeah, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. You got a nice smile on your face. Are you all right? You well?
I do. Yeah, I'm just listening to your romantic dinners that you're having there. Yeah, to put a smile on anyone's face.
What would you make us, Graham, if me and Gabby come round your house?
Do you like Indian curries?
I like anything.
Yes.
Yeah, start off. Hold on. What are we having first?
Well, I think we'll just go into the main course with this one. We'll have a North Indian garlic chili.
Oh.
Wow, sounds like you're buying that in. You're not making it for us.
No, I make it all from scratch.
Okay.
And all over it, mate.
Dessert?
A bit of ice cream, I suppose.
What flavour?
Ice cream.
Vanilla for me.
Lovely.
Bit of Viennetta, yeah. We'll go upper class.
Yeah.
Right, listen, we got you on because we're looking at tonight's second leg in the Champions League quarterfinals. Bayern Munich. What a game this could be. Bayern Munich take on Real Madrid. Can you remind everyone how the bet builder works and the charity that may benefit if we get it right, Graham?
Yeah, we're putting together a number of scenarios within this game, 5 legs between 5 of us, and hopefully we'll win this one, and the proceeds will go to the Attitude Foundation.
Right, fingers crossed. The 5-leg bet better. These are our picks. I've gone for both teams to score.
Yeah, I'm expecting fireworks tonight, Andy, and the both teams scored in the first leg, and I was looking through the records there. The last 8 times they've played, both teams have scored.
Okay, it sounds good to me. Gabby, what you gone for?
I've got under 2.5 goals.
Yeah, 3.5, Gabby, is what we have here. But
yeah, 3.5.
That's what he said. There's obviously a problem with the line.
Is that Birmingham accent? Sorry, 3.5. I said.
Yeah, the last couple of times they've played, it's gone under 3.5s. Of course, the first leg was 2-1 to Bayern, but before that, it's gone over. So this one will be on a knife edge, Gabby. Let's hope it can come in for us.
Yes. Next up is producer Joe. He's gone for Harry Kane to score or assist at any time.
Yeah, why is he going for the assist? I mean, Harry Kane is Harry Kane. He bangs in goals, 15 in the last 10. It's Harry Kane. I don't know why it's Joe on producing today, I believe. I don't know why he's thrown in the assist. He's playing it a little bit safe there.
Strange guy.
Okay, next up are the people. They've gone for Bayern Munich to win the game.
Yeah, Bayern Munich have won 18 of the 20 home games this season. They've already done the business out in the Bernabeu, and they're very popular with the punters.
And the last one is on your shoulders. What are you going for, Graham?
Hopefully it's coming down to me. I'm going with all the big guns here. Kylian Mbappe to score tonight. He scored in the first leg, and he's got a good record against Bayern, 4 goals in his last 6 games. So we're looking for all the big guns to roll out tonight, Andy.
He's got to turn up, hasn't he, Mbappe?
He does a lot. Yeah. He does turn up a lot.
No, but I'm saying PSG, he leaves, they win the Champions League.
Okay, yeah.
He hasn't won the Champions League yet. I know he's won a World Cup, but he'll be dying for Champions League.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, what does all that mean, Graham?
All that means is that all comes to 25-1, so hopefully we can get ourselves a winner.
We haven't had a win for a long, long time, but I like this. Both teams to score under 3.5. Harry Kane, Bayern Munich, and Kylian Mbappe. I like the look of this one.
So do I.
Yeah, hopefully Gabby can bring us a little bit of luck, Andy.
Yeah,
I
I'll
bet he
try.
doesn't.
I'll try.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Graham, always a pleasure. You're looking well, my friend. Thanks for coming on. We'll
Thank
speak
you,
to
mate.
Yeah, thanks, gents. See you
Thanks,
again.
man.
Bye.
There you go. That's Paddy Power's Bet Builder for today. Minimum odds 1 to 5 leg 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
Paddy Power on talkSPORT. With Paddy's Super Sub, your new bet rolls over to the new player coming on. T's and C's and exclusions apply. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
Right, Aston Villa gaffer Unai Emery has been speaking to the media ahead of tomorrow's Europa League quarter-final at home to Bologna. They are, of course, 3-1 up from last week's first leg. And Emery said that they are fully prepared for tomorrow night.
We are ready to start winning or to start losing. We are ready. And we are ready. And I expect, and the players as well, they have my message, expect everything can happen. And keep the game plan tomorrow, extending the first leg we played. Of course, how we scored the third goal was really fantastic and important, but they can score one goal in one moment. And we must be ready for everything.
I mean, it was such a massive win last week, and it really was. I sort of feel with Unai Emery, I don't really understand why people say it, but I do. He knows his competition. He does well. And he does. Of course, you can't argue that. I just don't know how a manager can be so good consistently in one I think it's a huge benefit Villa have got.
100%. And even the first half, I was watching the game and a lot of Villa fans agreed. That didn't turn up. It was weird. They were sitting off. They were sitting back. And you just understand that maybe those were the tactics from him. Keep it tight first half. Try and nick a goal. Last kick of the first half. Conte scores a header. And then they've got to open up a bit more. I thought Jonathan Rowe was outstanding. I love Aston Villa to sign him. I think he's a great player. He scored a great goal.
He looked unbelievable. Every time he got the ball and he was running down that left flank, he looked fantastic.
I felt tired for Matty Cash watching. And
what a player he is.
He was at Marseille, wasn't he? Yeah. And he had a fight with Rabiot.
That's right.
And De Zerbi got rid of.
He was over here, wasn't he?
Yeah, before. Yeah, so he's a very good player. I'm sure people looking at him. So Aston Villa will make this hard. That's what we do. It won't be comfortable. 3-1 ahead. Wouldn't surprise me if Aston Villa draw the game 2-2 or something.
That's fine.
It's nervy. It wouldn't surprise me if Bologna scored the first goal.
What's more important to you as a Villa fan? Winning this or top 5?
Forget top 5, win this.
I know this brings that. I know that.
If it didn't, I still think the fans would say win the Europa League, even if it didn't.
Okay, maybe it was a silly question because it comes with it. So obviously you want to win a trophy. But yeah, you're right. If it didn't come with Champions League football, this is more important winning the European trophy.
Because for the club, I get it. Financially, it's Champions League every day of the week because that's what's going to help with bringing new players in, settling the books, of course, with these stupid rules. But as a fan, a Villa fan, I mean, I failed as a player to win anything at Aston Villa. 1996, the last time since Aston Villa won a trophy. Not good
League
enough.
Cup,
and you look at Newcastle fans, they're celebrating. It meant so much to them. West Ham winning the Conference League. Spurs winning it, and you're seeing the parades. Imagine the Villa fans taking over Birmingham and celebrating. That's what they want to see. We've already done Champions League. Yes, it's amazing to go into it again, but Europa League glory is what every fan wants.
Let me ask you, moving away from this, only because his name popped into my head because Steve Bruce was talking about Jack Grealish earlier on.
Yes.
It looks like Everton aren't going to continue that loan deal into a buy.
Is that right?
That's what I read last week, I think. Do you think he should go back to Villa?
I'm not sure. If the manager, or even if Jack wants to go back, if the manager has him in his plans, I'm not sure. And also, you got to look at the wages that he's earning as well. I'm not sure what those are. I think there's a year left he's got.
Okay.
So I'm sure I think it's a year. If it is, maybe Man City want maybe a little fee.
Yeah.
Everton might not want to pay that. I don't know. I think all he's got to do is get himself fit.
Would you like to see him back at Villa?
I'd love to see him back there.
Next.
100%. I'd love him to be back there.
You know him, right? You know him very well.
Yeah, of course.
Do you think he wants to? I know you can't speak for him, but you know him that well. Do you think he wants to?
I think deep down he still loves the football club. And if the offer was there and it was right, definitely, I think he'd love to come back and play. He loves Aston Villa, the pictures he's got from a kid, going to games as a kid.
Yeah.
But I just look at Everton, and if Manchester City might want a fee, how much is the fee? I'm sure when he went on loan at the start, it was like 30, 40 million.
It was
maybe.
about 35, yeah.
Wasn't it? Yeah. If he's only got a year left, that's a lot.
It is a lot.
To pay, isn't it, for someone with a year's contract? Normally you'd say maybe 10 million for that year and you cover the wages.
But he was great when he was fit and he was at Everton.
Exactly. Yeah, so I'm sure he loved his time there at Everton as well, probably still doing his rehab there. And if he gets to go back there, he'll be happy. If not, I'm sure there'll be loads of suitors for him.
When did you last speak to him?
Fantastic player. Hour ago. No. I'll speak to him now and then.
Okay.
We have some banter on DMs.
Good kid, right?
He might come for my DMs and I might have a banter with him. Yeah. He's a bit of a biter as well.
Bit of a what?
Bit of a biter.
Oh, is he?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
If you try and banter him, he'll bite.
Literally, big fishing rod.
Big fishing rod.
Okay.
But Aston Villa, mate, what I wanted to say quickly in Aston Villa as well.
Yeah, go on.
is the summer's important. They need to get the age of the squad down. Against Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa's average age was, of the starting players, 29 years, 328 days. That's the oldest since 2001.
All right. It's a good little stat you got there.
But they need to get the squad down. A lot
What
of
age?
players
20 what? 29?
29, nearly 30.
Yeah. What do you want it? 24?
Yeah. Need to get some young players in, but they've not got a lot of players apart from Morgan Rogers, maybe Tielemans, that have got a big value to be sold.
Okay. Maybe the goalkeeper?
Yeah, I think he goes in the summer.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Manchester United, 40 million.
Do you? We just bought Lemons.
Did you see him the last game?
I didn't think he was that bad.
I think so.
No, not at all.
Some errors.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think Martinez is the better keeper.
Oh, okay. Still to come on Drive, I'll be confirming Gabby. Not confirming. I'll be confronting Gabby about this.
You try everything, but you're not mastering anything. That's Andy. He hasn't really got a skill in life.
What?
That wasn't you.
Name another Andy.
Andy, I can't.
Could have gone Jacobs, but you didn't. Well, I definitely want to hear that later.
No.
You're a disgrace.
Sorry, mate. Sorry.
Well, here's some award-winning radio from the wonderful sports bar. And that was a good night. And we'll also be joined, of course, by this man, Life Nimrus.
Thanks, Tom. Well, listen, it's gone from bad to absolute worse for Manchester United. So let's get an update from Don McGuinness.
Yeah, Betty joins us in a moment. All that and loads more coming up on Champions League Drive. Me and Goldstein, Gabby, Agbonlahor. When we come back, the best bits of talkSPORT.
And of course, it's the boot room. And I have a peach of a chat for you today. It's about boots.
Honestly, what's happened, mate? What's happened? You lot are finding new ways to disgrace yourselves. Somehow, in the last 2 years, every week you find another way to embarrass yourselves and disgrace yourselves, and you've done it again. I mean, I don't know how you do it, mate. You lot, you are some team. Every week it's the same thing, yet it gets worse. It's worse and worse and worse and worse. I don't know what you want to say, mate.
What do you want from me? What do you want from me?
I want to see you lot try and pull yourself away from the championship. Now, what you do? You know what you're doing? You want to go there. Here's what I'm saying now.
What do you mean?
It's at the end of the night, right? You know, the end of the night when everyone's gone out and loads of beers.
Terrible analogy.
At the end of the night, you say to your mates, I'm not having a kebab on the way home. Right? That's what you say, right? I don't want a kebab. Right? I don't want to disgrace myself. Mate, you want kebab. You are that kebab team.
Yeah.
Every single week. It's not because no, it's not because no one wants to wake up stinking a kebab. And you lot stink a kebab.
Yeah.
You stink a kebab. Fingers next morning, you know that smell? That's what you do. You got stinky fingers next morning.
Yeah.
Stink kebab fingers.
Honestly, mate, I just can't deal with you with this mask and this hat and this.
it.
It's a bit of me. This is
is this your tune, is it? This is Joe?
No, it's not Joe.
6:15, this is called. Oh, you're going to play Joe at 6:15.
This is a bit of me, though. Chilled.
It's Gabby Agbonlahor.
Andy, we don't ask for much, mate.
But there's a butt coming.
No, we don't. Just like, a bit of music, a bit of nice food, a bit of sun. Do you know what I mean? It's easy.
You like your holidays, don't you?
I haven't been away since September.
You haven't been away this year?
Nope.
Blimey, big holiday coming up. You going to the World Cup?
No, mate. I didn't get the shout, mate. Missed out.
Sorry,
Are you, mate?
What? I am the World Cup.
Where you staying?
Everywhere.
Texas.
We're going. Yeah, the DIY store. Right, time now for this. Yeah, time for the best of TalkSport friends. We run you through some of the highlight moments from across TalkSport. You know the deal by now. Let's kick things off with last night's Sports Bar. Here's a conversation between Chewbacca and a monkey, hosted by Jason Cundy and Jamie O'Hara.
Do your Chewbacca impression. It's good.
Is that?
Should you have a conversation, monkey and Chewbacca?
By the way, that's filthy what you said to me.
Do you know what? The Sports Bar's like my child, right?
Yeah.
I'm not related to that child anymore.
Oh, really?
I mean,
you're done with them.
That show was a lovely looking show when I left it.
You say it's gone downhill since you left?
Bloody animal impressions on it now.
Yeah. We won't do that next time. Ignore that first question then, mate, because driving's not about that.
Do an impression of any movie character.
Oh.
Who's that?
They see the second
Can you
question.
do an impression of anyone? You know, everyone's got like a little party trick where they can do like...
Party trick.
I used to be able to do Woody Woodpecker.
I can do like a posh...
Go on then.
Like Simon.
Oh, go on.
No, I don't care what Gabriel Agbonlahor says. You know, he's a twerp, a nitwit. That'll do, won't it? No.
Very good.
What's yours?
I used to do Trevor Brooking.
Go on then.
Well, you say you're my boy Sam. That really hurts my throat now. Make sure you get your calls into the Sports Bar when it returns at 10:15 tonight, following another huge evening of Champions League football.
Over to this morning's breakfast show.
Oh, hold on, sorry. I missed that question. Have you got any tips for Jamie ahead of his second wedding?
Oh, I think that, like, you know, he's a good guy. And
That's not a tip, is it?
I just think be a good husband, be caring, be loving.
What should you not do? What should he not do again?
He should not go out too much with his friends.
That's nice.
Yeah, I think he's got to stay at home, you know, help around the house and just be a good partner. Like you are, Andy. That's why you've been married for so long.
All right.
You guys know how to do it, mate.
That's very kind of you.
Yeah, TalkSport up and down with weddings, but you do it well, mate. You and Benny.
Up and down with weddings, mate. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Make sure I've told you that. Over to you, Gabster.
Okay, mate. Over to this morning's breakfast show. Here's a game of TalkSport top trumps between Big Alan Brazil and Super Ali McCoist.
Oh, knowledge, very good. Very good.
Strength?
Strength, yeah. I've seen Ali in action.
Crumbs. Integrity. Let's save this.
Oh.
Let's get to a break.
I think we're going 6.
What are my top 3 attributes, Andy?
Baldness. I mean, for baldness, you're going to be 10, right?
It's bald head, isn't it?
I would be 0. You would be 10. If we both had the cars, I'd lose.
I went through a trim yesterday, right? My son.
Would you open the window?
He's got an afro, right? I walk in, I'll say to the barber, like, me and him same. And my son's like, no. But he spent a good 40 minutes on my hair.
You haven't got any hair. You
Yeah,
spend
mate,
it on your
no,
hair.
but
On your
what
head.
he does is, like, they use the shaver, then they use a smaller one to make it really soft, to get every little bit of hair off. Then they give you like a moisturiser, and then
How much is that?
£25.
Jeez. Is it
Hot
weird?
towels, the steam.
Hey,
can bald people just enjoy something?
Do you keep the towels?
Well, can we enjoy something?
You look good.
What should we just do it ourselves?
There's nothing wrong with being bald.
You sure, mate?
You look great, but you wouldn't look as good if you had hair.
You don't think so?
No. You look great bald.
You got to have a wig.
What, like your mate?
Have you ever... I'm going. The breakfast show returns at 6 a.m. I'll be alongside Super Ali McCoist.
Well, you don't stop, do you? Right, let's finish with our brand new sister station, TalkSport Gold. Earlier in the show, Gabby mentioned a few TalkSport presenters who were giving me a hard time after darts last year. There's one name he forgot to mention. Right, play the tape.
My dad used to say to us when we were kids, me and my two brothers, when we were trying everything, he used to say, "Jack of all trades, master of none," but in a negative way of like, you try everything, but you're not mastering anything. That's Andy. He hasn't really got a skill in life. You know what I mean? He's okay at pool. He can kick a football. He can throw a dart now and then. You know, what's he good at? We were all trying to figure it out yesterday. Cundy was like, "Gab, I've known you 30 years, mate."
Andy, you've not mentioned radio.
yeah. He's not good at that either, Al.
Want to explain yourself?
Listen, mate, they told me that, like, you wouldn't want to work again with me after I beat you at darts. So I just hammered you because I thought we won't work together again.
Why did you do that? You know, that tells me you're not a man of your own mind.
I know, mate. Sorry, that was management, Max. He told me that.
I'll blame someone else.
Yeah. But I want to apologise, mate, because you got many talents. You know, you're good at pool, broadcasting. You're funny. You got
don't forget the hair.
Hair's thick.
That's the main
one.
one.
Beard's good. Levi's tops very good.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Crawler. For more hockey content, head to the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. I like that. Meanwhile, make sure you download 21 Minutes to Go with me and Jason Cundy. New episodes drop every Monday and Thursday, so another one drops tomorrow. More coming up. The last hour of talkSPORT Drive. We build up to a big night for Arsenal, of course, playing Champions League football. Team news for that game. A game is live on talkSPORT. Team news coming up in our last hour drive on talkSPORT.
It's a disaster for Goldstein because it's finished Ramazan Akdag 9, Andy Goldstein 1.
Victor Gyökeres, a goal-scoring machine in Portugal. Where's he fitting in at Arsenal?
Well, I will say that the characteristics of Gyökeres in Portugal was very difficult to the Portuguese defenders. You know, Portuguese defenders are more technical. They are not so physical, so strong. They are strong and physical, of course, but not like in England. And the way that Sporting play, it was unbelievable. It was unbelievable because he used too much the deep. I play against them. We block them. But we block them with, especially with our right back, because the movements in Sporting is 90% of the movements was center left. So we block with the right. Our right back was waiting for him all the time, so he felt a lot of problems.
Right.
But what is the difference? That if he found a different football, he was here also in Coventry, but it was a championship is different. Yeah. In the Premier League, found a different football with a strong and with pace central backs. So with this kind of characteristics, it was more difficult to him to put the best of him. So he started adapting to different football also, to play more near the area. So I look at the goals that he did in Sporting, and if you look to the goals that he did, or he's doing in Arsenal, it's completely different. In Sporting, ball on the left, you go forward, use the body, come inside, shoot, goal. Here in Arsenal is more near the area.
Liverpool fans, do you trust Arne Slot to rebuild the squad after what will be a trophyless season?
The majority of Liverpool fans feel that the level of performance and the amount of times where they're losing games, 17 losses is a ridiculous amount for Liverpool Football Club. And the level of performance has dropped off so much that they think it's too risky to leave him in charge and it get even worse.
Former Red talkSPORT's Danny Murphy there. Some are calling for Steven Gerrard to return to Anfield. What does talkSPORT's Simon Jordan make of that?
When I keep on listening to this nonsense, this immature nonsense about bringing Steven Gerrard in.
On what basis? You saw, with all respect to his mate, you saw him at Aston Villa. He couldn't do it. And the other fella walked through the door and turned the light on. You didn't win the Premier League for 30 years. How comes this guy gets one season of winning the Premier League, the next year he has a bad season, like Klopp did after he won the Premier League, and all of a sudden he's got to go? It's an interesting one that we've now got a new phenomenon, which is basically you've got no forbearance, you've got no goodwill, no credibility, no currency in the bank.
This, as it's emerged, Hugo Ekitike is set for 9 months on the sidelines with a ruptured Achilles. Tonight, Arsenal look to get their rapidly derailing season back on track at home to Sporting Lisbon. Can the visitors overturn their hosts? Here's former Sporting boss Carlos Carvajal.
I believe that one of the weak points of the Arsenal is not when you try to play inside the team, but when you play to the sides. When you play to the sides, they have some problems, special with the fullbacks. This is, in my opinion, the weak point of the Arsenal, and I think Sporting can explore.
Build up to our Champions League commentary gets underway at 7 right here on talkSPORT. Elsewhere, England fans are slating another World Cup rip-off as it's reported train fares to the Panama game in New Jersey will cost 74 quid. They usually cost 13. The Football Supporters Association's Fans Embassy are asking what on earth is going on. And 2 men have been given the first 3-year football banning order for breaking new tailgating laws in England and Wales. Legislation on ticketless fans gaining unauthorised entry to matches came into effect at last month's EFL Cup final at Wembley. Stadium director Mark Lynch says the convictions show a real and immediate impact.
Welcome back to last hour Champions League Drive on talkSPORT. It's me, Goldstein. Superstar is Gabby Agbonlahor alongside.
Jamie, if you're listening, only 1 chicken Kiev tonight, not 3.
He's slagging off everyone today, aren't you? First me, then O'Hara.
That was 2 years ago.
What's the matter with you?
Sorry, man.
Jack keeps everything. Look at his little face.
Naughty he is.
Still to come, we'll have Team Utero for another busy night of Champions League, and of course we could look ahead to tonight's European action with our friends at Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
European football preview on talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, we're here for it.
Ball running through to Scott, who's running through the centre. He's charging through the middle and he slammed it home. And Arsenal are behind again.
I'm going to go 2-0 Arsenal.
They were timid, they were tepid, they were toothless. An encouragement given to Manchester City. And an opportunity for Fellows to come into the penalty area. Charge with a shot! Southampton lead again! And that may well be the goal that takes the Saints into the semi-finals.
Manchester City, the 2026 League Cup winners.
It's a big punch on the face.
Oh, it's going to be a good one. Arsenal, they host Sporting tonight live on talkSPORT for a place in the Champions League semi-finals. They have a 1-0 lead from last week's first leg, but they were, of course, beaten by Bournemouth over the weekend. They've already lost in the Carabao Cup final. And, of course, the FA Cup. The manager, Mikel Arteta, has been speaking ahead of this one. He said tonight is the perfect chance to bounce back.
But I think, obviously, the importance of every game, we know what it is. We've done the same in September, in October, in November, in the Champions League last year. I think the outcome of what you are trying to achieve at the end, or the success or failure, or your intention, is based on a result. And you have to accept that because this is football.
Win the dog there at the press conference. We can look ahead to that game in more detail. Let's hope he's packed his lunch and his dinner, and maybe even his breakfast. We're joined by your co-commentator for tonight's football, Drive's very own Darren Bent. DB.
Evening, Benty.
Gentlemen, how are we doing? All right?
Yeah. Oh, you sound nervous, Steve. You all right? What's the matter with you?
Nah, listen, I can't believe you're still playing that package for me at the start when I go, 2-0 Arsenal.
Yeah.
Honestly. Jack pressing more buttons. Hopefully they're the right ones this time.
Not too sure. Oh, downwind. I'm talking to Darren. Calm it down. How you feeling? You're in the ground, right, D, at the moment?
I am indeed, yeah. I'm
What's
just
it
there
like?
looking at the pitch. It looks immaculate.
What's the mood
Obviously,
like?
supporters and the mood. Listen, everyone seems confident. I don't think, and this is going to sound daft to say, but the Champions League is almost, it's not a bonus, but I don't feel like there's that real nervousness outside the stadium, walking in, speaking to a couple of supporters. I almost feel like it's not a free hit because you're so close, but because Arsenal have never won it, people are not expecting them to win it. Whereas if you walk outside the stadium before a Premier League game, the atmosphere and the tension is completely different.
What are you looking at tonight, Benty? What players are you looking at that need to step up tonight? Because some of the attacking players, Trossard, Madueke, Gabriel Jesus, Eze, Odegaard, they need to do more, don't they?
Well, listen, there's a load of them that need to do more. I mean, you said it there, Trossard, Madueke, these players here, if Odegaard comes back, these players need to do a little bit more because at the minute their numbers are so poor. They haven't scored a goal in a while. Martinelli, it doesn't really matter at the minute who you play. No one's really stepping up. The only one who seems to have the bit between his teeth, and you've been there, Gav, when you're a young player and you get in the first team, and even if your team's going for a little bit of, and I wouldn't say a crisis, but going for a little bit of a tough time, you can always call upon the young players to get in the squad and kind of play with no fear. And Max Dowman's that person. I'd love to see him play tonight because I think for the supporters coming in, it's a little bit tense. Everyone's a little bit nervous about what could happen. If he's starting and the supporters before the game see his name on the team sheet, before the game even kicks off, that gives everybody a lift and everyone thinks, okay, here we go, a little bit of excitement, he's changed it. But as you said there, that's the problem you've got at the minute, is in attacking areas, there's hardly any Arsenal players that are really doing anything.
Let me just remind everyone, we'll have team news ahead of tonight's game in tonight's show, so we'll find out if Dowman starts in just a bit. We were talking earlier on, DB, I don't know if you heard about it, about how important this game is for the rest of your season. Both Gabby and I do agree that if you lose tonight, your season's over, because on the back of a defeat, being knocked out of the Champions League, it's almost impossible to go to Man City and get a result.
Yes, no, I don't quite agree with that. I think if Arsenal were to get beat tonight, it's devastation, but I don't think it impacts the rest of the season. I think Sunday's the bigger one.
Not at all.
Not really, because I think Arsenal will get passport. And if the worst comes to the worst, I don't think the Champions League derails Arsenal. But I think Sunday, even if they lose to City, and they've still got that 3-point advantage because of the game, City have got a game in hand, I think that is more damaging. Getting beat by City, and in the manner that you might get beat, I think that just takes all the confidence away, and then you're thinking, well, how do Arsenal finish the season? I don't think tonight has that big of impact. Of course, you expect Arsenal to get past Sporting at home, but you know what I mean? I just think for Arsenal, the bigger game and the tension in the stadium and outside, not really too many people are looking at tonight. It's all about Sunday.
Do you not look at it, though? I agree with you a part of it, Benny, but do you not look at it as like, didn't turn up against Man City in the Carabao Cup, strong enough team to beat Southampton, who are a championship side, yes, in good form, to go out of this competition to Sporting Lisbon, who, yes, have done very good at home in the Champions League, unbeaten until Arsenal played them. But to be 1-0 up and to go out tonight, do you not think that affects the confidence of, like, oh, the quadruple people talked about, but now it's down to just one?
Well, that's the thing. I think all of a sudden desperation really kicks in them because a few weeks ago you were in all four. You're thinking, oh, the way Arsenal have been playing all season, you would have expected them to pick up one. Yes. Then obviously you lose the League Cup final and you go, okay, the League Cup final, if you're going to lose one, it's probably the League Cup final. So you go, it's all right, we've got the FA Cup, Champions League, Premier League. Then you go out in the manner you do to Southampton and it's like, oh my goodness, we're only left with the two big ones. Now, one of them we've never won in our club's history and the other one we haven't won for over 20 years. So you do get a little bit kind of like apprehensive in terms of what's left to play for. But I just think because Arsenal have never won the Champions League, I think the supporters are quite relaxed in it, because if Arsenal go out tonight, people say we've never won it anyway. But I think the manner of the Premier League in terms of how far they've been ahead, they've been leading pretty much all season. They've finished second 3 times in a row. I think that's the more damaging one on Sunday.
Yeah. You can see the pitch at the moment, right?
I can indeed.
Are the sprinklers on?
Nope.
We don't want it dry, that pitch, do we?
No, this is such a job. I've just seen Win the Dog, though, and honestly, I'm going to bring him to the studio.
I hope he's still alive after Sunday. Yeah, go on, yeah.
Benny, can I ask you one? We were talking earlier, me and Andy, about, you know, you've been in your changing rooms, Benny, and maybe when it's not going as good as it should be, surely these Arsenal players at some point since the Bournemouth game or before that have closed the dressing room doors and said, listen, everyone's laughing at us. No one's other fan base wants us to win anything. They're saying we're bottlers, we're bottling this and that. Are we going to be bottle jobs for the rest of the season, or are we going to shut them up Go and thump Sporting Lisbon. Go and get something against Manchester City and stop this bottle talk.
Yeah, I think so, 100%. I think that conversation must have happened before. And listen, it's worse now than it probably was when we were playing, Gab, because social media then wasn't a big thing. But these players now, even if you try and ignore it, you can't. It seeps in, whether it be TV, newspapers, social media. It's pretty much, it's 24/7 now, so you can't escape it. So that conversation must have happened where you go, listen, lads, come on, this is the 4th year in a row now. Yep. We've got the chance to do something really, really special. What is going on? And even if you have a disagreement with him saying you're not pulling your weight, that needs to happen. Now, I'm not quite sure how many characters Arsenal have got in the dressing rooms that have got that type of temperament where they're going to be screaming and shouting at each other. But clearing that air might just go, do you know what? We're in it together. It's that siege mentality. The world against us. We can't let it happen again. So hopefully we see a performance tonight.
D, just before I let you go, usually I'll ask you the score. I won't, because you're going to say Arsenal are going to go through it. Understandably, I get it. But let me ask you this. Yesterday, when we were looking ahead to the Liverpool-PSG game, I said a few times that I think it's all about the first goal. If Liverpool get it, they've got every chance. If PSG, which of course they did, then it's game over. Do you feel like that tonight? If you concede first, are you still as confident Arsenal going through, or is it not all about the first goal?
No, I agree. It's about the first goal because I'm not quite sure what the impact will be if Sporting scores first, because the atmosphere in here is already nervous already, and that kind of filters onto the pitch, and you can see it in the performances. If after what happened at the weekend to Bournemouth and then Sporting go and score first, it could be quite damaging. You wonder how Arsenal are going to react. But if Arsenal were to score first, that might settle everyone down. You start to get into your rhythms, your patterns of play, and you could make it a lot more comfortable than it needs to be. But that first goal, as you said there, Andy, is more important. But also, Sporting have to score. So they can't come here and just shut up shop. Like Bournemouth came and played fantastic. But if they wanted to, they could have tried to shut up shop. Sporting can't do that.
Benny, I know you're working tonight, but you're a fan. So have you got your dinner with you?
No, the unbelievable Jamaican outside called Just Jerk. My goodness, wow.
So you listen to Arteta and you've got your dinner.
Have you got the fire?
Nah, do you know what? I've seen the food in the Arsenal press room, and I'm like, nope. So whenever I come here, I always go to my mate's Jamaican shop across the road, have my food, and then come in.
Let's hope.
Never happy Arsenal fans.
Let's hope there's fire in their belly tonight, Benty. What will the score be?
Let's hope.
What will the score be?
So I think it'll be a stodgy 2-0. I think Arsenal will win. Yes. I don't think it'll be free-flowing, but I think they win 2-0.
Right. Are you in tomorrow, D?
Of course I am. You know that.
You got paddle in the morning?
I don't actually.
Oh my goodness. Unlike you.
No, I don't. I saw Gabby yesterday though playing. I saw him playing.
Another defeat, Benny. I'm on the record 10 defeats, mate.
You like Arsenal?
I know. I'm like Derby that got relegated, I am.
Bentley, listen, we love you as always. You'll be amazing tonight. Enjoy the game. We'll speak to you tomorrow.
Cheers, lads.
Cheers, DB. A reminder, Darren Ben on Code Comms duty tonight. Worth tuning in just to hear him be upset.
It's amazing. I mean, you hear fans of the team and their ex-players commentating, and the goal goes against them, and they're like, oh. I love listening to Cundy as well on the Chelsea game.
Yeah, very emotional. That was a look at tonight's European action with our friends at Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, they're here for it.
European football preview on talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Here for it. Book now at enterprise.co.uk.
Here's my question, because I want to take calls from Arsenal fans. I don't just want to do the, if it's over, is it over tonight? Benny made a very good point, right? And he said that there's a different feeling. I don't believe it's true. There's a different feeling going into a Champions League game. There's less pressure on them. They're not expected to win the competition.
Yeah, I agree with that, yeah.
Oh, do you?
I agree with that, because the Premier League have been leading most of the season. But I just think what we says of, like, if you've been knocked out of 2 tournaments already, competitions, to go out of another one.
No good.
Do you know what I mean? Was that say to yourself, you know what? We are bottlers, aren't we, guys? Yeah. Like, you're 1-0 up against Sporting Lisbon. You're at home. Sporting Lisbon are nowhere near as good as Arsenal. You might have money invested in the squads. It will affect you of like, oh, okay, well, can we get anything against City?
I'll ask Arsenal fans, who needs to step up tonight, and do you start Daumann? All right, who needs to step up?
Yeah.
Gyökeres, maybe Declan, maybe you start Daumann. But either way, Arsenal fans, what needs to happen tonight to make sure you're in the last 4 of the Champions League? Dial in now, and you'll be next. 03717 223344.
And Tyson Fury, along with Mr. Warren alongside him in the ring, had a look at Anthony Joshua sitting ringside. And Fury honed in on Joshua and said, okay, how about it?
Next, I want to give you the fight you've all been waiting for. I want you, AJ, Anthony Joshua. Let's give the fight fans what they want. The Battle of Britain. And here's my challenge. I challenge you, Anthony Joshua, to fight me, the Gypsy King, next. Do you accept my challenge?
Tonight is your night, and you know I'll sit across that ring from you in due time. You ain't gonna tell me what to do. I've been chasing you for the last 10 years. When you're ready, you come and see me and tell me your terms and conditions, and I'll have you in the ring when I'm ready. I'm the boss. You work for me. I'm the landlord. Remember that. I'm the landlord. You work for me.
Now, I've got to say, Simon, I thought AJ handled that brilliantly.
Yeah, to a point. I think he's absolutely right not to allow the whip hand to be Tyson Fury's, because Tyson's all pumped up after being back in the ring and having just won a fight. The flip side of it is I don't think Anthony Joshua is the landlord. I don't think coming after getting ironed out by Daniel Dubois puts you in the box seat. You are both the biggest names in British boxing over the last decade.
Joe.
Yes.
What's this called?
Baby, where you at? Go on, go some shapes.
Baby, where you at?
Yeah. Baby, where you at?
Where you at? Where you at, baby? Baby, where you at? Where you at, baby? I love it. Good, man.
Nice and easy to learn, is it, the words?
Now it's not.
I loved you, you left me, now you're coming back.
You really can't sing. I mean, I can't sing, but you really
I
can.
made them words up.
Champions League drama talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein, the singer, Gabby Agbonlahor, in partnership with Giacomo. Style and brands for every man. In that last break, I just ate a pear, and you had a tangerine.
I did indeed.
Top three fruits, what are they?
Banana's got to be top.
Oh.
Surely.
I'm mango, number one.
No, nothing. I thought you meant like what people have, not
No,
me.
you.
Oh, okay. I would say...
Let's go reverse order, three.
Orange, apple, banana. I feel a banana
Very
before
basic,
paddle.
though, aren't they? Very basic.
Yeah, but I like to have a banana before I go play paddle. I don't like a
Oh, okay, but that's to keep your juices flowing, so to speak, right?
Yes,
Very
but
basic,
taste.
I would say pineapple and grapes if I'm enjoying my fruit.
I've always wondered about grapes. You know, you can
I
buy,
do like grapes.
You know, you can buy seedless grapes.
I have to be seedless.
Right. But you can also buy grapes with pips in.
Yeah.
Who's buying them?
Why would you do that?
Why would you go to the supermarket and pick up the seeded ones?
See the grapes we have here? If there were ever ones with seeds in, I'm not having them.
Well, why
It's hard
people?
work.
Why are you selling them?
Exactly.
Very bizarre.
Pineapples. What about you?
Mango.
Yeah.
Love mango number one. Strawberry. I'll probably chuck in number two.
Strawberry.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan, really, mate. Kids are. Yeah, I'm not.
Why don't you like a strawberry?
No, mate. No.
Why?
What about apples? No.
That's right. I like having a couple of plums in my mouth.
Pardon?
I like eating plums.
Okay.
What's wrong with that?
How many plums?
I can probably get 2 in at a push.
Okay.
But you got to be careful. You don't want to choke on them.
Yeah, especially in
if you're listening, kids, there's stones in those.
Especially on at the French league.
What?
Nothing.
What are you talking about?
Nothing.
I'm talking about fruit. What are you talking
Oh,
about?
okay.
Weirdo. Should we go to the phone lines? Ryan is a gooner. Joins us now. Ryan.
Good evening, Ryan.
How we doing, guys? You all right?
Yeah.
All well, mate.
How are you?
To tell the truth, I'm bricking it.
Oh, don't.
You'll be fine, mate, tonight.
Loads of people have phoned up this show before. You'll be okay.
Yeah. Big cooked on plums later.
What are you nervous about? The actual performance losing? The fact that you're fancied to win this, or just a culmination of everything?
Do you know what it is? It's just so frustrating. I mean, you've got so much talent on the pitch, and you just need to let the leash off and let them play. I mean, Saliba, bless him, he's a wonderful player, but when he receives the ball, you can see the next pass on, moves the ball quicker. He takes 3 to 4 touches, left, right, and then plays that pass that you see as soon as he gets that ball. I mean, back in the day when it was two-touch football, that's what you taught when you were a kid. Get that ball and pass. You already move. There's no, triangle. There's no movement. Everything's side to side, back, forward.
Are you going the game, Ryan?
Sorry?
Are you going the game?
No, I'm not. No, I'm still on my way home from work.
But wherever you're going to be watching a game, how will you react if Arsenal give the ball back to David Raya more than anyone else on the pitch? Because that was frustrating for me. He's not an Arsenal fan. Why is he on the ball so much?
Do you know what? The amount of times he nearly lost it the other
I know.
day. They know that. I mean, I'm hoping they start down just for that spark.
Yes.
Just to give that little lift. They need something. I mean,
Can I ask you something, right? Right, let me ask you, right? I agree with you about Dalman. What I find amazing is Arsenal and Arsenal fans are dependent on a 16-year-old coming onto the pitch to lift their spirits. I find that barking.
Oh no, that's right. That's what I said at the start. There's so much talent there. I mean, even Rice is a workhorse, but he even tries to get the ball and sprint it 30 yards just to get us up that pitch, and then what happens? It ends up coming back again.
But a clean sheet, you go through. That's what's going to be in the manager's mind.
Yeah, you're right.
He's defensive minded. He's going to think, "Oh, we don't have to push too many players forward. Take it easy. We're good defensively. 0-0 gets us through."
Yeah. I suppose, I don't know what to say, to be honest. I'm dreading it. I mean, my wife hates it. I mean, she's probably dreading it now to come home and put the football on. She's like, why'd you bother?
What will the score be tonight, Ryan?
2-1.
Okay,
2-2. I mean, it's that Suarez Arsenal, obviously, but it's going to be a tight, cagey game, I think.
Okay, let me just go to another call if I can. Chris is an Arsenal fan. Hello, Chris.
Good evening, Chris.
Evening, guys. You all right?
Oh, well, mate.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm more nervous about Sunday, if I'm honest.
Okay.
I think we'll get through tonight, but I just want to second what the last caller said, and just everything's just too slow.
Chris,
going sideways and
let me ask you
backwards.
this. Let me ask you this, Chris.
Yeah.
You're guaranteed to win one game and lose another. Which would you choose for tonight and Sunday?
I got to admit, I'd love to get one over on Man City, because especially after watching PSG over the 2 legs, it's going to be difficult if we end up getting in the final.
So you'd rather lose tonight and be kicked out of the Champions League, but win against City?
Well, if I had to choose, yeah, but obviously I want both. But
I just wonder what one you think is bigger.
I think at the minute the Premier League is bigger, to be honest.
Okay.
Just because we've waited that long.
Yeah.
And it feels that every time we've got a few points ahead, we're kind of drawing or losing, and we're it's back in the picture that Man City are
Chris,
there again. But
what you cannot do, let's forget about tonight, then say Arsenal go through tonight, but Sunday, you cannot allow Shirky to do what he done in the cup final. He was doing kick-ups. I would show that little clip of him doing kick-ups in the game to all the Arsenal players Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and say, that guy, do not let him do that again. Let that inspire you to go and get a result.
Yeah, I mean, that second half of the cup final was probably the worst watch of the season, I'm not going to lie. But we just didn't turn up that game whatsoever.
Chris, what will the score be tonight, Chris?
I think it's going to be 3-0 to the Arsenal.
Okay.
I don't think we'll have too many problems tonight. I think we'll kind of get over the line.
Right. You think you're going
I think next round might be a bit of an issue, but
Chris,
we'll see.
Thanks for your call,
Cheers, mate.
Much appreciated.
I think they'll get through tonight.
A reminder, that game is live on talkSPORT tonight, Arsenal, and we'll have team news ahead of it, or before it. We'll have team news before we come off air in the next 15 minutes. Stick around for that. Also, still to come, we'll be joined by former snooker champion of the world, Dennis Taylor, joins us in just a moment. First, a bit of no Googling, last one of the day. We want to know, excluding shootouts, who's the last player to miss a penalty in the Champions League final? Great question. Not including shootouts, who was the last player to miss a pen in the Champions League final? The answer to that. And Dennis Taylor, and one more Billy Ender Show quiz and team news coming up in the last 28 minutes.
Tottenham Hotspur, this mighty club with a phenomenal stadium, we all know that, of course, are looking at heading to Sheffield United, with all due respect, Birmingham, Swansea, Preston, Stoke next season. Is that what's going to happen? Graham's a big Tottenham fan and joins us live. Graham, good morning. Is that what's going to happen?
I'm sorry to say, I think at the minute, I think it has to be. We'd have to be completely blindsided, I feel, to think anything else. I said in amongst group chats with friends that in January, the moment we slip into that bottom three, I don't see us getting out of it. And I think it's got nothing to do, and this alludes to a point that Simon made, I feel, maybe 10 minutes ago, about not necessarily having that quality, because it's clear that the quality hasn't been there this season. It's about having the fight and the mentality to actually pull yourself together, earn the money that you're being paid, and get yourself out of this and restore some sort of reputation that this football club has got. Unfortunately, I feel for us at the minute, we have too many players that have completely checked out. When the going got tough in and around January, February time, when you actually sat there and thought, we're in a bit of bother here, agents started appearing. Suddenly we've got Van der Ven doing interviews with his dad, and straight away you look at that and go, they're angling for moves already. We've got Paulina, who's on loan, who I actually really like, and I feel he's probably the closest one we've got to someone that's willing to stand up and fight and knows what it takes to try and win games of football. But when you look at, we've put up with Mr. Tickle in goal for most of the season. He's come out and started flirting back with Italy again.
Who would have thought a sporting event's halftime show could have a bigger impact than the game itself? That seems to be the case with the Super Bowl halftime show. In 2024, Usher brought in an audience of 180 million worldwide, the biggest in the event's history. But how did singing and dancing get to be the centerpiece of America's biggest sporting event? The first Super Bowl was held in 1967. Initially, the halftime show was a display purely for the fans in the stadium, with marching bands, dancers and American patriotism for all to see. And that's what it was for the first few years. Disney had a go with a few questionable displays in the 1980s, but it wasn't until 93 that we got the first glimpse into the future of halftime shows. Michael Jackson's stellar performance gave NFL execs something to think about. A raft of massive names followed, including Diana Ross, U2, Janet Jackson, who gave us the most famous or infamous wardrobe malfunction of all time. So how many people are involved? To give you an idea of the scale, Rihanna's 2023 performance included 800 people, and experts reckon it cost $13 million. What's even more impressive than some of the names on the bill every year is the fact they do it for free. The artists know the exposure they'll get from doing the show will rocket them up the charts across the world. The Super Bowl halftime show will be a fixture in pop culture for years to come. So the question is, who next?
Tune that is. Drive and talkSPORT. Like I feel. Well, break ask question, excluding shootouts. Who's the last player to miss a penalty in the Champions League final?
No idea, mate.
Griezmann. Griezmann.
Top player.
2016 against Real Madrid. This is Champions League Drive on talkSPORT. It's me and Gabby Agbonlahor. Follow us at 7 to go. Adrian Durham. Host live coverage of Arsenal against Sporting in the Champions League. We'll have team news for you as soon as that one drops, so stick around. It could be any minute. But now we can turn our attention to a bit of snooker. You know I love snooker because in around half an hour time, stars of the sport will team up with some of the biggest names on social media for the Snooker 900 Creator Clash, free to watch on Pluto TV. Let's find what it's all about as we're delighted to be joined by former champion of the world, Dennis Taylor joins us. Dennis, good evening to you.
Good evening, Dennis.
Oh, Dennis can't hear us. There was a problem before. Dennis, are you there? Can you hear us? Oh. Dennis.
I can't hear a word.
Oh. Dennis, can you hear me? No, fine, he can't hear us.
Speak up, mate.
What? Me? Dennis! No, it doesn't matter how loud I shout at the fella. You ever played snooker?
I did. I used to go to a place in Birmingham called, I think it's called Riley's.
Yeah, it would have been Riley's, yeah.
Yeah, back in the day, and I was just there all day, mate.
And what sort of age were you?
I was probably 19.
All right, okay.
Yeah, and mate, it was so hard.
Yeah, it's very hard.
So hard. Then I when I play pool, and I'm like, oh, isn't that better?
Oh, you like playing pool, do you?
Yeah, it goes.
Fancy yourself a bit, Paul.
No.
Well, I don't know why we don't have a talkSPORT World Pool Championship.
Well, how can we not have a pool table on this floor?
I could get one for nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
Where will we put it?
Well, that's the problem. Matchroom have offered me one, and I've spoken to the powers that be, but it's finding somewhere to put it. I mean, it's only like we've got 17 floors in this building.
Surely one floor.
Stick it anywhere.
But how hard is snooker? You play it?
Well, I used to play all the time as a kid, and my highest break was 97. I was playing 5 days a week, and I played weekends, and I'm talking about up to the age of about 25. And as soon as you stop playing, it's very difficult. I mean, I try and keep my eye in. I play pool, obviously. I play pool. Yeah. But here's the thing. So, I played in the Florida Open last year in August.
Watch it, yeah.
Okay. And I'm playing in the UK, which is May. So, I started playing again. I put the cue down, and I hadn't played till about, we're in April, to about the beginning of March.
Okay.
So, I've been practicing about 6 weeks, right? But between August and March, hadn't played once. I picked the cue up, and it was like picking up the cue for the first time.
Just all over the place.
Just insane. Like not being able to judge the speed of the table, getting the shots wrong, hitting them wrong, and all of a sudden it takes time and time and time to get better and better and better. But
it's incredible. People will watch snooker, won't they? And they'll be thinking, yeah, it doesn't look that hard. Then you go and try it, and you're like, whoa,
it's really tough.
Can't pot anything.
And even nowadays, like even when Dennis was playing in '85 when he became world champion, everything's changed. The cloth has changed. The cloth is heated now. Did you know that?
No,
you put your hand on the table, it's warm, and that speeds the balls up. The nap will be different. The cloth will be different. The balls, different weights as well. Everything about the game has changed so much.
I was watching Eddie Hearn's documentary.
Oh yeah. Episode 3 is the best.
And it was Ronnie O'Sullivan, wasn't it?
Yeah.
In Saudi Arabia, was it?
Yeah.
So even the Saudis have got involved with it.
Yeah. Did you see Ronnie knocked in a 153 a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah. We don't know what's that documentary.
Yeah.
Was it the Golden Balls? Was it £1 million or something?
It was the Golden
It was a
Ball.
massive bonus, wasn't it?
It might have been £1 million. You knocked in a 147, then went up the other end of the table to knock the Golden Ball in.
Incredible.
Yeah. Tough game.
Yeah. Very, 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 very tough.
tough.
Would you call it a sport?
Why wouldn't you call it a sport? It's a stupid.
No, but some people try and say
who's that?
Darts, snooker. They're not sport.
Well, I've had this for years with Cundy, right?
Yeah. What does he say?
And he says it's not a sport. But and the annoying thing is the argument he puts forward is difficult to argue against.
What does he say?
He says any sport you can play with a normal pair of shoes on isn't a sport, like darts, and annoyingly like snooker. I don't agree with that, but it's a good argument to be had.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't argue with him.
Darts a sport? Do you remember when
yes.
poker used to be on Sky Sports?
Poker, I used to love it. Phil Ivey.
Who?
Phil Ivey. He was one of the best players.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah, I used to watch poker.
All right.
Back in the day.
Did you ever play it?
I did. And
what, on the telly?
No, I used to play at casinos.
Did you?
Yeah.
Where was that when you were playing
at
a
a
club?
I used to play at Mayfair, Palm Beach Casino.
I bet you did.
Back in the day. And no, but I was a nightmare though, mate, because you're playing against like randoms. I was, my character.
Yeah.
So if I bluff someone, I'd always show.
What do you mean you'd always show?
So if I
after the bluff, you go, I've got nothing, look.
Yeah, look at that. And they've
Why'd
got
you do
head
that?
loss, mate. And I'm looking at them and I'm like, oh, he's got head loss. So then you suck them in, and then every hand afterwards, whenever you're in, they're in. And then you might have something and you're
Like
like,
a pair of aces or something.
yeah, pretend to bluff. All in. Okay, cool. Aces. Thanks. See you later, mate.
Did you do a lot of gambling when you're, not you personally, but was there a lot of like on-coach gambling when you go?
We used to play cards.
All right, crazy. Did you see it?
probably
Don't name names.
Yeah.
But did you see crazy money being lost?
Not crazy money, no. No, not crazy money. We would play a game called Free Car Brag.
Yeah, I know
This
that.
was probably like 2007 till 2010, Martin O'Neill era.
Yeah, so
After
two's
that,
wild.
we didn't. No, it was different. It was like whatever cards you get.
Yeah.
So you could get the best is 3 threes.
Yeah.
Then 3 aces or whatever.
That's right.
But then, like, say if you had an ace high, whatever you put down as the blind to see someone's card was double.
Yeah.
So you could imagine.
Yeah.
If 4 people are in, you can't see someone's cards. You've got to keep going.
Just keep
blinds.
going. No, it's horrible.
So you're literally
What
putting
sort of money
in
were
the
you
pot.
playing?
With some of the Villa boys, it wasn't silly money. It was like maybe if you lost on one trip, probably like 200, 250.
Oh, right, okay. Because some of the boys,
Yeah, that
I've
was
heard
different.
stories.
No,
We
we
20
were playing,
grand and 30 grand.
We were playing on the coach on the way to say we're going on a Friday for the game on the Saturday to that destination. Then maybe in the room a bit at the hotel, but it was always friendly, just a bit of fun.
I'm delighted to say that I think we can join Dennis now. We were going to join him live on YouTube, but we can't. We can just have him on the phone. But either way, it doesn't matter when you've got the 1985 champion of the world. Join us on Drive. Dennis Taylor, good evening.
Good evening, Dennis.
How you doing? Are you okay?
Good. What happened there? Got some gremlins in the system.
I know, yeah, but I'm on the phone anyway, so it's lovely listening to your dulcet tones, Andy.
Likewise, when you're in the comms box, Dennis. How lovely to hear from you. Listen, we've got lots to talk to you about. Just, I suppose the obvious question is, for people that don't know exactly what is Snooker 900 and how is it different to the normal game of snooker, Dennis?
I've done a few of them now. A lot of the top players have done them, and it's 900 seconds, and the frame's over then. And there's lots of different rules. If you hit a ball, it must make contact with the cushion if you don't pot it. So either the object ball or the cue ball must hit a cushion. Otherwise, you've got ball in hand. It doesn't go on the D. You can put it anywhere on the table. So it makes it interesting. And the shot clock, you've got 20 seconds to play the shot. Not a problem for you, Andy, because you're pretty fluent around the old table.
Do you prefer, Dennis, you've played in both eras, right? You played when you had players like Cliff Thorburn, Eddie Charlton, so the game was much, much slower. And now, of course, you're playing in this competition where at every opportunity, ball in hand or, ball must hit. The emphasis is on winning and winning quickly and big breaks. Which snooker did you prefer?
No, I mean, this format's great to introduce the game to different and to younger people and that. But I think the old tradition will always be the same. There won't be any shot clocks in the World Championship at the Crucible, I wouldn't think. But this adds a whole new dimension to it, and all the top players love doing it. I remember playing in Belgium where we were down to 10 seconds a shot.
Wow.
Now, you need to be moving around the table. You can do with a pair of roller skates whenever it's 10 seconds. But no, it's a great format. I made the mistake of playing Stephen Hendry last year, and I picked the ball up. He played a foul shot, and just before it stopped, I picked it up, and I didn't realise that was a foul. So you've got to be thinking, you've got to have your thinking cap on all the time. But it's listen, playing with these, we've been with these social media, the influencers or whatever you want to call them. They're four great lads, and I just seen a lovely photograph of you, believe it or not, Andy, on Jack Mate's ankle. I believe he lost, or you lost the bet.
No, he lost the bet, and so because he lost the bet, he had to have my face tattooed permanently on his ankle, and that's what you've seen.
Well, everybody at the Crucible here, the Crucible Sports and Social Bar in Reading's been looking at your lovely face on Jack Mate's ankle.
It's nuts, isn't it? They did. Do you know what that bet was, Dennis? I played in the 9-ball Florida Open last year, and he said I wouldn't win a match, and I won 2, so he had to have a tattoo.
Well, there you go. He obviously wasn't following your career, was he? I know how well you can play.
So, Dennis, how does that work with influencers and the pros? Is it like doubles tonight then?
It will be doubles. So I think the most you can play is 2 consecutive shots, and then you hand over to your partner. And they're great fun. I'm playing with Pieface, and he's played before. We've got a chance of winning it, but I've got a strong feeling that Jack Mate playing with Joe Perry could be very dangerous.
No. Jack doesn't even know which end of the queue to chalk. I promise you, he's not a threat.
He's sitting right next to me.
Dennis, I played pool with him for about 15 minutes, and he couldn't pot a ball, and then he turned to me and said, "Should we take the triangle off?"
Cracker, you
Dennis,
never lose it.
Dennis, like you said earlier, an event like this is so important, isn't it, to bring that younger crowd into snooker?
Yeah, absolutely, because social media is the way to go. And, we had a wonderful tournament on Pluto TV and Channel 5 over at Goffs. Andy, you would have loved it there. They had the class of 92 there. You boys would have absolutely loved it. And Ronnie finished up beating John Higgins in the final 6-0. And they took it pretty serious because they're leading up to the World Championship. So Ronnie got his serious face on, and he played really well because he's out to try and beat Stephen Hendry's 7 world records. He's hoping to win an 8th in the next few weeks.
Yeah. Dennis, listen, always a pleasure speaking to you. Is it possible to hand the phone to Jack, mate, so I can have a quick
I
word?
certainly will do, Andy.
Good luck,
all the
Dennis.
best, boys.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you, mate.
I do like Jack, mate. He's a good pal of mine, but I've no idea what he's doing or even how he's managed to get into this. Jack, are you there?
Andy, hello, mate. Hello.
Jack, did you take the wrong turn in off the motorway and then end up there? I mean, I saw you try and play 9-ball pool, and you didn't even genuinely know how to take the cue out of the case. Well, how have you got involved in this?
Oh, you know me, mate. I say yes to anything.
Yeah.
It's not a high bar. I've got your face tattooed on my leg, mate, so I'll do absolutely anything. But I tell you what, I'm looking forward to it. I'm being reliably informed that I've got a great partner in Joe Perry. So.
You have. Joe's a great player.
Yeah.
Have you played snooker before?
No. That thing we did for the UK Open, the 9-ball, that's the closest I've ever got to touching a cue before.
So you've never played on a full-size snooker table before?
No, I was having a little practice earlier on, and I was thinking this table is actually massive.
Yeah. Okay. I look forward to watching that, Jack.
yeah. Tune in. Pluto TV.
Wait. Always a pleasure,
Top man.
Give my love to the gang there.
Nice one, mate. Cheers, Andy.
Jack. See you
boys.
soon.
Thank you.
What a lovely kid he is. I love Jack, mate. Go and check out his YouTube stuff. Never played snooker before.
He's going to have a...
God, dear,
horrid,
good luck
isn't
to
he?
him. Yeah.
Good luck, mate.
When we come back, we'll have team news ahead of a busy night, of course, in the world of Champions League football. Arsenal there in action, so we'll have team news ahead of that one. And One Word Billy will be in the studio for the end of show quiz.
The debate goes on. The hair pulling debate goes on because Manchester United, we now learn, plan to appeal against the red card given to Lisandro Martinez for pulling the hair of Leeds United striker Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Here's the thing, for the dismissal to be overturned, United have got to successfully argue to the FA that Paul Tierney made an error in sending Martinez off. Going to get Danny's take on this because this isn't going to finish yet, not anytime soon. Michael Carrick said this about the sending off and the incident.
Shocking decision to send Leach off. It's 2 games in a row we've had decisions like that go against us, but that one I have to say was one of the worst I've seen. So you can elbow Lenny Yoro for the first goal in the side of the head, leaning arm obviously, and then you can throw your arm in Leach's face, and then as he's off balance because of that, and he half grappler and he kind of half touches the back of his ear, which then pulls the bobble out, which then leads to look like I don't even know what it looks like. It's not a pull, it's not a tug, it's not aggressive. He touches it and he gets sent off, and worst of all, he was actually sent to overturn it, clear and obvious error. It's shocking.
Shocking according to him. Not so Martin Samuel in the Times. Now we know where we stand. Players, coaches, supporters, everybody. Hair pulling may be a playground tactic, but it is a red card offence and a 3-match ban. Got that? Good. Now we can move on.
Champions League Drive on talkSPORT. It's me, and brilliant. He's been great today, as always. Gabby Agbonlahor alongside in partnership with Giacomo. Get fresh looks and great brands from Giacomo. Following us at 7 ago, Adriano's live coverage. Arsenal take on Sporting in the Champions League quarterfinals. Right, here we go. Team news for that is in. Jim Proudfoot has all the details. Jim, good evening to you.
Andy, good evening. Well, the chief concern for the Gunners tonight was Declan Rice, who missed training yesterday, but he's fit and well, and he starts this evening. So there are 3 changes to the side beaten by Bournemouth, with Mosquera and Nkapie returning at fullback, and Eza in from the start in place of Kai Havertz. It's Raya in goal, Mosquera, Saliba, Gabriel, Nkapie, Zubamendi and Rice, Madueke, Eza and Martinelli, and Gyökeres against his former club up front. On the bench, Aretha Balaga and Setford, White, Jesus, Norgard and Trossard, Havertz, Lewis Skelly, Dowman, Salmon, and 20-year-old defender Harrison Dudziak, who's involved in the squad for the first time. Sporting have got their captain Hjulman back from suspension. Quaresma's recalled at the back as they make 2 changes to the team that started the first leg. Arsenal, of course, protecting that 1-goal lead against the side who put them out of the Europa League 3 years ago here on penalties. Atletico Madrid in the semi-final of the prize. And we kick off at 8 with Bendy alongside me, live on talkSPORT.
Thanks, Jim. A big night of football, because elsewhere in the competition, Bayern Munich hosts Real Madrid. Alex Crook will be watching that one, and he has all the team news ahead of that one. Crookie, good evening.
Good evening, Andy. Both teams had doubts over their star strikers ahead of this one. Harry Kane sat out Bayern's weekend win over St. Pauli, but he starts. Serge Gnabry has also recovered from a minor knee issue to keep his place in the 11. Kylian Mbappe, meanwhile, well, he suffered a facial injury in Real's game against Girona, but he also plays. Jude Bellingham comes in for the suspended Tchouaméni, having been amongst the subs for the first leg. So Bayern go with Neuer in goal. It's a back four of Lima, Upamecano, Tar and Stanisic. Kimmich, Pavlovic make up the midfield with Elise, Gnabry and Diaz behind Kane up top. For Real Madrid, Lunin in goal, Alexander-Arnold, Rudiger, Militao and Mendy in a much changed back four from a week ago. Valverde, Diaz, Bellingham and Güler in midfield with Mbappe alongside Vinicius Jr. in attack. These two had 40 goal attempts between them last week. Another shot fest surely in store tonight as the might of Bayern Munich clash with Real Madrid.
Cheers, Crookstar. Big old night of football. And, of course, from about 10:15, the boys on the Sports Bar will be taking your calls. Unless, of course, Arsenal goes extra time, then it'll be after that. But either way, get your calls into them. Guess who's in the studio?
Go on, Bill.
Someone that sadly won't be here tomorrow. Well, he will, but that's the sad part. He'll be here again. I can't get rid of the fella. It's one word, Billy.
Evening, Gabs.
You had a busy day. Tell everyone about it.
Yes.
No one cares. Even Gabby said to me, I don't want to know. What are we doing tonight?
Gabby wouldn't do that. We were joined by the legend that was Steve Bruce earlier.
We were.
So it's all about Steve's and Bruce's.
Okay.
Show.
That's nice.
Andy, do you want to go first, or would you like to let Gabby
I'd
go
like
first?
Gabby to go
Thanks,
first.
mate.
He's the guest.
All right. Gabby, which of these Steves played or plays Phil Mitchell? Steve Coogan, Steve McFadden, Steve Austin.
Steve McFadden.
Yeah. Good. You big fan?
Messi, Phil Mitchell, mate. Legendary.
Who is?
Phil Mitchell, Steve McFadden.
Yeah.
Andy, Steve Jobs invented the first iPhone.
He invented the skip. Yeah.
And the size of the screen was 3.5 inches. Which of these things is also 3.5 inches?
Oh, where's this going?
Careful.
Just the question.
Gabby, what are you doing?
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
The shortest living dog.
No.
Longest ever fingernail. Biggest ever nose.
It definitely knows.
It's the dog. Shortest living dog. Chihuahua.
Bigger noses than that, mate.
Yeah, you're right. What are you looking at me for?
Some blokes just walk down the gangways with a full 14-inch pizza.
Any more on that? It's taking up so much time.
That was a
little button.
Chihuahua from Florida, by the way.
What was he called?
Pearl.
Please, next question, please.
Right.
Gabby. Steve Jobs. Back to Steve Jobs.
Okay.
Back to it, yeah?
Yeah, invented the iPhone.
Not enough Steve's about, yeah?
No, just the one. But who invented the telephone?
Oh, this is nice.
ABC.
Yeah, Alexander the Great, Alexander Graham Bell, Alexander Armstrong.
Not Alexander the Great, no, because I've done that in history. I'm going to go C.
Oh, my gabs.
Armstrong.
Alexander Armstrong, the actor, presenter. Graham Bell, mate.
Armstrong presents Pointless.
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind.
No, don't. No.
Andy. Bruce.
Do you know who invented the toilet? This is true. Thomas Crapper.
Yeah.
Is that real?
That's true. That's true. Yeah. That's his name, Thomas Crapper.
Wow.
Google it if you want. That is, Joe's nodding. That is true. Hence, I'm going for a crap. It's his surname.
Andy, Bruce Springsteen is the boss. But what percentage of workers have had an office romance with their boss?
With their boss?
Yeah.
It's going to be low.
5%, 15%, 25%.
More than that.
15. Can't be high.
25, I'm saying.
No.
You're saying 1 in 4 people have had a...
Definitely, mate.
Had a what?
Oh, romance.
Oh, right. Okay, right.
15%.
I was right.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, we got time for one more each. They're quick.
I've lost where I am.
Brilliant. Well done, Bill. You know we're live at the
Do you want
moment.
to do a nearest wins?
Yeah, we'll have to now. You just wasted 10 seconds.
Honestly, one job.
Jeez, still where I am. You're in the studio.
How many iPhones have ever been sold?
Okay, Gab, do you want to go first?
50 million.
No, way more than that. I'll go for 2 billion.
3 billion.
It's not a bad guess, is it? 50 million?
Yeah, in the UK.
I'm not talking about how much you get for a breakfast show. You're back on the breakfast show tomorrow morning.
With Coisty after Arsenal crumbled again.
Great. Well, listen, you've been wonderful as always.
Thanks
Top
for
work. I
having
love
me,
you for
mate.
that. Go and
See
get
you in
some
6
sleep. We'll be back. Me and Ben will be back tomorrow at 4, looking back on what could be an embarrassing night for the Gooners. So we talk sport live commentary of their Champions League quarter-final up next. Boys on Sports by 10. Take your calls. Be safe, everyone. Be safe.
Tell me
What did bringing Mo Salah back in the fold do for Arnie Slot? Nothing.
Yeah. But Danny, off the back of Slot winning in his first season, you've called this season a catastrophe. So you're not giving Slot much latitude.
Well, I did do for quite a while because of the circumstances around everything that's gone on. We've talked about them multiple times, with the players leaving, the Jota situation, all those things. But